state today. The union is determined to get a better contract that includes protections against automation.
We are okay with technology that makes the job safer and more efficient for our workforce. But we are never going to allow, and we're never going to apologize for robots taking our work.
If the strike goes on past a week or two, prices will be affected, according to economists. First-time unemployment claims filed by 225,000 people last week. It's 6,000 more than the previous week, but still trending downward. Western North Carolina completely devastated by Hurricane Helene.
Having these operations like troops coming in to help jump in wherever needed is really critical because they do have a lot of the resources that can help get to some of these hard-hit areas.
ABC's Morgan Norwood, the death toll from Helene, 189 people. This is ABC News. Last year, firefighters on Maui were called in to deal with that fire that started by a downed utility pole, and now an investigation says that was a fire at that spot that eventually led to the roaring wildfire that raced across parts of the island. Maui Assistant Fire Chief Jeff Jeezy.
To Lahaina and to our Maui community, that our firefighters went above and beyond their due diligence to be as confident as they could be that the fire was completely extinguished before they left the scene.
But the Maui Fire Department and the ATF now say after the firefighters left, the high winds re-sparked that blaze that killed over 100 and destroyed Lahaina. Dutch airline KLM now saying it needs to carry out what it calls a painful round of cost cutting to fix the bottom line at the airline. Tesla's Cybertrucks being recalled over an issue with the review camera. There are some times when it doesn't turn on fast enough when you put the car into reverse. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
More than 2 weeks after promising to visit Aurora, which he claimed was overrun by Venezuelan gangs, no sign of a visit from Donald Trump. At his rallies, Trump continues to use Aurora as a talking point, saying gangs have taken over the city and that Governor Polis doesn't know what to do. Polis tells Fox 31 he would be happy to welcome Trump to Aurora.
Hopefully if the president does visit, although he often doesn't keep his word, he said he was going to visit, but he says things that aren't true, the former president. But if he does visit, we'll play some golf there. He'll enjoy our restaurants. He'll have a great time.
Polis says, like any big city, Aurora has its problems, but it is a safe place. Natural Grocers
is it possible to talk to Mark or not?
Capitol Hill neighborhood, citing retail theft and safety.
Hey, put his ears on.
Yes.
So I did the bit rates according to your specs. So it's downgraded a bit. You can't tell on YouTube, but it does look smoother in the studio. I want you to look at it. It actually,
I am right now.
It looks a little smoother.
I want to see if it locks up at all. I mean, it would lock up here every 30 seconds.
Now, some of that might have to do with your local stuff, but I put it where you, and then make sure you, refresh. Did you oh, I got to do this. I'm sorry, that's me. No. Did you also mute your?
It's still freezing up.
What? Really?
Yeah, it is.
God, here it's perfect on my YouTube.
It's always perfect on yours, though.
No, but I mean, and other YouTubes too. Like, what I'm saying is, I think it has to do with your reception there, maybe. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Tom, there's a handful of other people the same thing happens to. I don't know what it is. I think it is better, though. I'll watch it here for a while. I think it is. I will say this. So far, it's better. I've seen some jitters, but it's not horrible.
Yeah, we'll see. We're getting there. I'm getting this.
It simply could be the 4G sucks on this.
I'm getting it
phone.
dialed in if I can, Okay, so. Oh, we're almost ready, boy. It crawled up on me. Ooh, we got a lot of cases, too. I adjusted the moderators, too.
60 South La Pan, just west of I-25 on Alameda, then south on La Pan. 303-295-6022. Buyandbuild.net.
Financial health is more than just really the investments. You have to look at tax consequences. You have to think about legacy planning or generational planning or your healthcare options.
The Zoom is not muted.
With your financial health.
Join Matt Goolsby for Retire Hour to hear his team in finance, healthcare, estate, and taxes discuss changes in law, strategic planning, and answer listener questions. Submit your questions to be answered live on air at retirehour.com. Retire Hour, Sundays at 8
Tell him
a.m.
to mute the
right
Zoom
here on
audio. I'm getting feedback.
761-6400.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Here to help you. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life just a little easier. Just give us a call and we will be there for you. Welcome, Stephanie. You're looking good. And we have Mark, Deputy Doc. And then also, I didn't mean to insult Deputy Dollar. And then we have Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And StephanieRE.com. Hey, what's new? Let's get right to that. And then we'll go to the phones. Today's real estate day. A lot happening in real estate. Guys, let me know what's happening. Like everything, like the supply and demand movement, average time, availability, inventory, blah, blah, blah. Let's start with Stephanie for the Pikes Peak area.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
We've got kind of the same thing that we were chatting about a few weeks ago last time we were in studio. We're definitely seeing some longer days on market. However, we've had, I think, a little bit of life kind of come back to our market when the Fed announced they were decreasing rates. I think that was some positive noise in the media. And of course, anytime we see rates come down, that's going to be a benefit to your buyers, which ultimately brings more buyers back to the market. So still seeing pretty good days on market out in the Colorado Springs area, but I am starting to see some life.
Okay.
About inventory, more or less.
We've had more inventory than we've had in past years, but we are still historically low.
Average days on market?
You know, last I was looking, we were still seeing over 60. Just, it's really dependent on the areas, though.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. What do you think?
Hey, Tom, you know, it's all price point to price point, area to area. I think the toughest market segment I've been seeing is the condo market with increased HOA fees and insurance getting tough. And, of course, I'm listing one right now where there's a pending lawsuit, so the HOA fees are a bit up. Overall, the single-family market's been pretty good. Overall, we're getting them moved. And the recent DMAR report said that we had 50.85% more inventory month-end for single-family homes. That's right around 7,500 more homes on the market that hit. But now with the rates a bit lower, I think that's encouraging more buyers, too.
All right, I want to mention something. Mortgage rates. I saw a stat gathered by Wallet Hub. The highest rates in the country for changes, not the actual rate, right? But actually it is the actual rate. The actual rate. The highest in the country, Colorado.
Highest rate of what? I'm sorry.
Mortgages.
How's that possible? Why would we be different?
I don't know. Listen to this. The change in average mortgage rates from quarter to quarter, from quarter one to quarter two, in Colorado, the change was an increase of 4.88%. In Missouri, it was a change of 3.12. Now, I find that hard to believe because in the first quarter, rates were not that low. No, I don't find, but I'm reading this. No, wait. Look this up, wallethub.com, and just look up, because here's what it says. It says the average mortgage rate in quarter two right now in Colorado is 5.71. Now, obviously, that's in quarter two. Now, here's the deal. That's not the highest in the country, but according to this, it says the change in average I know what they're saying. The average rate used to be 4.88 and now it's 5.71. I don't know. Read this. I'm trying to interpret this, but the bottom line is this. Colorado's rates are increasing faster than other parts of the country. That's what they're saying. That's basically what they're saying.
Well, maybe that means people are refining out of those 2 and 3% mortgage rates now into higher ones, and that's why. There's no way our mortgage rates, our 30-year fixed rate, is going to be that much higher or lower than any other state.
No. Our average rate's 5.71. You're right. Missouri 6.3. Louisiana 6.8. I mean,
but that's not when you go to buy a new house. There's no way it would differ that much.
It does right now. Right now in Colorado, it's 5.7.
Are you sure it's not saying the average person right now that has a mortgage in Colorado, if you put them all together and pool it and median it or put an average on it, is 5 point?
That's what I'm saying. The average mortgage rate right now in Colorado, yes, is 5.71. Right. The average mortgage rate for people with mortgages.
Well, guys, I could tell you this. I talked to my lenders quite a bit, and the conventional's been in the low sixes, FHA's in the fives, comfortably in the fives, FHA, VA.
Yeah. So Mark's right. Mark, it's all mortgages considered. The average is 5.71.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of people now had to either squeeze money out of their house to pay credit card debt or move because they're having another kid. And then when the new mortgage came in, it ticks that number up. A lot of people are getting off those old 3% because they have to.
Now, by the way, so it is the average change was 4.8% from quarter one to quarter two. So the average rates went up 4.8%, meaning not the average rates, but the average among people, the aggregate average among people went up. And it went up 4.8%. And that's because what you just said, a lot of people are dumping or selling and moving, and then the new people are getting higher rates. So go ahead, Frank. So continue with what you were saying.
Well, that's pretty much it, Tom. I talked to my lenders. Rates went up just a little bit, but overall, they've been much better than what we saw, especially
of course.
Last October, Tom, you remember we were kissing 8%. So
right.
This is definitely a big difference. And honestly, ever since the 50 basis points, we've been seeing improvement in the market.
All right. Now, we'll check back with real estate. Chris, though, he has a question on a trade for a car for his son. Let's talk. What's going on, Chris? How can we help you?
Hey, Tom, I appreciate you guys talking to me. I enjoyed your show over the years.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You've helped me in the past. So
thank you.
Maybe you could give me some advice here.
All right. What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Yep. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Unfortunately, last week my son's wife died unexpectedly.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it's sort of a sad
Jesus.
Family, as you might imagine.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
And it's a big emotional thing for him, and I'm trying to help him out on some other things. One is financial.
Yeah.
And they have a vehicle that he was looking to purchase another vehicle for his work, a work vehicle. And, obviously his wife was part of their income in the family.
Yeah.
Now that's changed. And he has a vehicle that he's wanting to sell. I think he's upside down in it. And I'm trying to help him figure out how's the best way to get rid of it.
So he needs to sell. Is this the Toyota 4Runner he needs to sell?
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
Okay.
So we're looking to sell that, but try to get him into.
How many miles
on it? Is he? How much negative equity?
Well, I'm thinking, he owes 27 on a 19.
How many miles on it, bro? How many miles on it first?
120.
Yeah. Okay, and he owes 27.
What is the vehicle again?
A 2016.
Are you looking it up, Mark?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're 23, 24. You know.
So anyway, he can't sell it if he's upside down unless he makes up the difference. Is he?
Right. That's right.
Is he going to make up the difference?
I can obviously help him make up some of the difference, but I didn't know if there's a way of doing this so he could, get
Well, let me
into
ask you
some
something.
lower payments.
What other car does he have?
He has that's one reason why he's trying to get on the pick. He has another truck for work.
And he wants to keep that truck, right?
Yeah, that other truck is not. It's probably worth $1,000.
Okay, so he needs another. What you're saying is he needs to get rid of the Toyota 4Runner and get another vehicle.
Yep.
Okay. Well, obviously, he shouldn't even bother trading it because the negative equity goes into the next car and he's upside down in that car even more. Because cars, no matter what, when you finance them, unless you put a hefty amount down, you're going to end up upside down. And if you, on top of it, put a negative equity snowball on it, it's going to be a road to nowhere. My recommendation is...
Well, see, I think that's what happened with this. They got this vehicle about 2 years ago.
It happens to most young people. Young people start out buying too high. Then they get rid of it before it's paid off. The negative equity goes into the next vehicle. Then the negative equity goes into the next vehicle. And it gets bigger and bigger. It's called the negative equity snowball. It's the number one reason kids end up in bankruptcy. In addition to credit cards, vehicles. So here's the deal, man. There is no magic. He's got to get rid of it, pay it off, and then just go out and buy another one. And maybe if he doesn't drive that much, one of the things he could do is he could lease one.
It sounds like he needs it for work, though, man.
Is it for work?
Yeah.
And does he put a lot of miles on it?
No, he doesn't put a lot of miles, but he tows a few things, generators here and there.
He may not be a good lease candidate, but
yeah.
How many miles a year?
How much should you say he owed on it?
27.
27.
He should be able to sell it roughly about that.
Should he break even, Mark?
If he sells it himself, he's not going to get it on a trade-in, and if it's in, decent condition. But the other thing is he might have a heck of a time selling it when he doesn't have the title in hand.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can work that out. We can work that out with an intermediary. But the problem is this, okay? Like you could go to JFR Cars and Rodney could help pay that off, take it in trade, but not, you don't get any equity, but he takes it, and then you pay it off, and then you get another vehicle, and he can get any make or model. He can lease. He can help you buy, new or used. But listen carefully, Chris. You got to help him out in this second vehicle, man. I'm telling you, it sounds like he doesn't make wise choices.
Well, he's young.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So.
So here's the deal. How old is he? How old is he?
He's 30. Yep.
Okay.
So he's, he just recently got out of school, so he's.
Hey, Chris, may I ask what happened with his wife?
Boy, not getting in too many details, bipolar mental health issues can be problematic to people.
Okay. All right. Listen,
Yep.
Chris, why don't you call Rodney over at JFR Cars just for the heck of it? But listen.
JFR Cars?
Yeah, and talk to Rodney. You're going to have to get rid of that and make up the difference.
No, I understand. So you're saying it's better for him to, I'll talk to JFR Cars, but he needs to sell it personally, but it may be difficult because he doesn't have the title, right?
That's right. But see what JFR Cars can do. If you do,
it's going to cost you a few grand, man.
What do you mean by that, Mark?
Well, if they do it like on
consignment.
Well, either consignment or if they literally just buy it and sell it, I'm saying he's probably going to save a couple grand selling it himself.
That's right.
That's the difference between wholesale and retail.
But if you don't know how to do it, the strategic moves, You was selling a car. What you would have to do is you'd have to go to the place, an office where it's financed, if they have a local office, with a real check or a wire with the buyer. They get the title. It's very complicated when you're not a dealer. It is very complicated.
Yep.
But that's why I said JFR Cars. If they do a consignment, they can handle all that. Yeah, it might cost you, but you got to weigh the cost. Look, just call him. He might say, look, if you find a buyer, we'll just charge you a transaction fee. So he's done that in the past, but at least start with him because we trust him. He's honest. All of you on the phone, I'm going to get right to you, I promise. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Water Pros has the most fantastic deal in the world for a water system, $31.95, both whole house conditioning and triple filter reverse osmosis drinking water. You don't get better. You don't get a lower price ever. $31.95 while supplies last. Plumbers would charge $15,000 or more for this same system. That's 303-862-5554.
Hey there, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. There's absolutely no reason why right now can't be your time to get started on that beautiful new kitchen or that awesome bath you've always wanted. See what our family can do for your family. 800-362-8370.
All right. If you are looking for exterior projects to get them done, the best time is right. Don't get them done in the winter. Get them done now, and then every year around this time, manufacturers start increasing prices. Genesis Total Exteriors.com. Mark Szymanski. Mark, talk about price increases and what you have available and what you can do this time of year.
I tell you, Tom, we've had a great fall here, and it looks like it's going to continue like this for a while. So now is the time to hop on any kind of things that you were kind of thinking about. Oh, should I do this now or should I put it off to next year? Because in the beginning of the year, all the manufacturers between January and March all take increases in their products, and everything goes up after that. And there's nothing I can do about that. And this is the time to lock in your numbers now before those price increases happen. I mean, if you're sitting there waiting, should I wait or should I, see if, things come down? They're not going to. We all thought prices would come down after COVID ended, but they have not. All the manufacturer prices have stayed up there. So now's the time to act. And anything you're thinking about in your home, give us a call.
And tell them what you do tell them all of the variety of things that you do, Mark.
So, we're a big-time stucco, so if you have EIFS and you want to switch that over to a stucco product because you have leaks in your house, we do that. If you want stucco on the outside of your home instead of siding, we can handle that. We have the line siding, which is going great. It's a great product out there.
Yes.
It's a lifetime guarantee, doesn't fade. We also do windows and painting, and if you still haven't done anything about your roof claim, if you had hail damage this year, now's the time to call us. Mark
Szymanski, this is Genesis TotalExteriors.com. I've known him almost the entire time I've been in Colorado. 303-679-8509. He's been with us for years. 303-679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, speaking of someone I know and trust, someone I use, Integra Insurance. Okay, open enrollment is soon. You should call them now. Get lined up your health insurance. Whether you're on Medicare and you're looking for a supplement or Medicare Advantage, they know it all. They even know Part D drug plans. They can help sift through the mess and find the best for you. They've done it for me. They saved me $500 this year. Integra Insurance. They can also help you on and off the exchange with regular health insurance. They're great people. They're licensed professionals, and they are licensed and bonded to do the right job. You don't pay extra going through them. Let them take on the burden and find you the best deal. 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com. Dan McKenzie, he is an estate planning attorney. Dan McKenzie can help you, and he can help you by going over your estate and then recommending for you what you need to pass on your assets, your business. Maybe you need a will and a trust. Maybe you need just a will or a beneficiary's deed payable on death certificates. Dan McKenzie can do it all for you. Small enough to listen to you personally, big enough to know the ropes. 833-CO-PLANS. 833-CO-PLANS.
Hey, can you see Dragon? Dragon, is this mic live?
God, fucking, just keel over.
I can't see him from here.
You're not.
Oh.
Don't hit the button.
I know.
Hey, Father John, it's working.
Yes, he says
Okay.
it's working.
Father John.
Thank
oh
you.
my God.
Thank you. Well, he called me Dragon, so I can call him Father John.
I can't see anything except Mark's reflection, which I have to close my eyes.
No, I understand. I was just explaining to Tom why I called you Father John.
Bless you, my child. Thank you.
He was a good guy.
Yeah. God, that was a terrible situation. Do you know, he was only at the time, I think, what was he, 66?
Really? Yeah.
Honest to God, I mean.
Oh, there's a few of them out there.
And I remember thinking, what an old guy, you know?
Yeah, same here. We were all like,
I know.
because I would have been. Okay. Well, shit, man, it's been 30 years. I would have been 27 when I started working with you.
Yeah.
My whole life ahead of me, and now here I sit. God damn it!
For the buyer to take on all that cost plus pay the high price, you know.
What's your
days on market
famous
that
line?
particular one, which is where
Years
one
of
of the ones that I'm working on that we're kind of just pausing.
Lack of ambition.
Mark, did you get my message about 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have a masseuse coming over, and he needs to take the last hour?
Most likely.
Yep.
Is that what they call him now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Physical therapist who specializes in the groin. As I said to Roach, he introduced me to a woman. This is my piano teacher. I said, more like your organ grinder. He ended up marrying her. All right, here we come.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's go to the phones here. And let's see. Okay, Joe. Joe, what's going on with you? Welcome.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Joe. What's happening?
Okay. So I live in Loveland. We purchased our home in 97 and been here 25 years in this house, almost 26. And in 2020, late 2020, the lot in front of us was vacant and people bought it and they built a house. Well,
When did they build it?
when did they build it?
Yeah.
They built it through 2020, moved in the very end. So in 21, they basically moved in. It's a custom home. Ours is a custom home.
Okay.
So when they built, they put a retaining. We basically look out our front door at their house now. It used to be just open like a ridge. And they built a retaining wall in between our property and their property when they were building, which I went out and talked to the builder while they were doing it. I talked to the city, and they weren't. That was never on their plans. I said, we're going to get water damage from this.
But hold on a second. The retaining wall that they built, they're not allowed to put up a retaining wall in normal municipalities when they're building unless it is part of the plan or part of the lot or part of the overall drainage or whatever. So how did they just went ahead and did it on their own and the city did not say cease and desist? What city is it?
Correct. City of Loveland.
Okay.
Believe me, you're preaching to the choir here. I've been.
Well, hold on. What does Loveland say about that? Are they saying it's wrong?
We met with a city engineer, and this was last year because we've been flooded 5 times now.
And it's only since then.
Since they put the retaining wall and they built their house because they built their house and brought dirt in.
And I get it. Look at that. Why did the retaining wall? Where is it retaining too much water now on your end where it used to just flow down?
Exactly.
But why didn't they, when they did the retaining wall, why didn't they put in a drain so the water that accumulates goes down behind the wall and out to the street or something?
So
So they put in this drain. It's at the bottom of this retaining wall. And when they were putting that in, I said, that's not going to work. And it basically goes under. The water doesn't even flow into it. It goes underneath the ground. It's just like a plastic tube.
Okay. Okay.
Hole, basically.
Now, where does it stand today? This is wrong, obviously. Where does it stand today?
Today it stands that we hired an attorney last year. They've got an attorney, and we've been fighting this thing, obviously. So now they're going to bring in an engineer.
Are you suing them?
We are suing them, but here's the problem.
Did you? Let me ask first. Did you file a lawsuit?
Well, no, because we have an attorney, and they're fighting each other, correct?
Yeah, but make sure your attorney keeps an eye on the statute of limitations from the time of discovery.
Okay, it's been a year in August since we hired an attorney.
No, not since you hired an attorney. Since you discovered it.
The water damage?
Yes. When did you first know you had a problem?
Oh, when they built the wall, but we didn't get flooded.
When did you get flooded?
June of 23 was our first flood.
Wait, when did they build the wall?
In 2020 when they were building the house.
Well, what I find odd is it took 3 years. Why did it take 3 years?
Because they weren't they weren't moved in. And then in 21, we had a really dry season.
Okay, listen, Joe, please do me a favor, and you can continue your story, and we'll try to help. Tell your attorney to please keep an eye on the statute of limitations, because it's when you discovered or should have discovered the problem, and you only have 3 years after that. So you better really, really, really know when you should have discovered it, okay? Seriously, because in some cases, you have an obligation to hire an engineer to see if you're going to have a problem, if you sensed it. And you even said by your own words, you went out there and said, this is not going to work, which says that you kind of knew. So I hope to God your attorney is smart, okay? Because you have a problem of discovery and the statute of limitations. It's going to be 2025, okay? And I'm serious, that's 5 years. So please have your attorney, because otherwise you have nothing. You have nothing. And it could be why they're stalling. Now, keep going. What's happening now? Go ahead.
So we got flooded 3 times last year and then flooded again this year in August.
Okay.
Our attorney has sent in all this paperwork to them. We're getting nowhere. They finally came to an agreement that they want to have their the engineering company come out and shoot the property, and then their construction company will tentatively agree to build the structure for no charge to us, provided it isn't unexpectedly large or complicated.
Okay, Joe, your attorney, how did you pick him? From a Cracker Jack box or what? How'd you pick him?
I called around and called, and I just could not find anybody that would deal with water and this kind of real estate water damage and that. They're a pretty large company in northern Colorado, and I just feel like they just keep pushing us under the rug, and we're almost at $10,000 in attorney fees now.
Okay, you really have a problem, Joe. You have a problem. Okay, you might have to hire. I'm telling you right now, you should have filed a lawsuit to keep your claim alive. You have a real problem. Okay, now I hope you never ever said to anyone, including your attorney, that you knew it was going to be a problem from the beginning. Did you ever say that? Does the other side know that?
Not that I know of, because I don't think that.
You said you went over there and said, this is not going to work. Who'd you say that to?
Well, to the builder. I didn't say anything about flooding. I go, you can't put a freaking retaining wall in somebody's front yard.
Okay. Listen, that's discovery of a problem. I'm not talking about damage. I'm talking about disputing. Look, I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to tell you, you need an attorney. and you need to get rid of the one you have, and you need a full accounting. I don't know why you're at 10 grand right now, but I don't trust what you have or who you have. So what were you hoping to get from us? Information on what?
Well, I've done all the paperwork. I've done all the trying to figure out who to go to, and our attorney just sits there and keeps sending us emails. Well, they want to meet with the engineer next week and shoot the drain or the grade, and I'm like, well, we're not going to be in town. We need to do it when we're here. And they're like, oh no, you can just have a friend or somebody. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. We're trying to recoup our damages.
You don't need to be there. That's ridiculous. You don't know what you're doing. You don't need to be there. You need to have a representative there, like an engineer or something.
Right.
Well, hire an engineer.
We hired an engineer last summer, and he wrote up what he thought the problem was and the fix, and we paid him. Still haven't gotten anywhere. Our attorney just keeps dragging his feet.
Joe, I don't know what you were hoping from us, but everything you're telling me points to your attorney being a bimbo or a moron. No, I don't want to insult my YouTube morons. Your attorney's an idiot. And your engineer told you what needs to be done. Have that engineer there when they start measuring. Don't delay and file a lawsuit to keep your claim alive. Now listen, I don't know what else you wanted to hear from us, but it's got to hold through the break. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming right up. God almighty.
This hour from the Trajan
Do we have
Studios.
What kind of an attorney would handle
Wealth,
this?
Your trusted local fiduciary.
Construction stuff?
Yeah, well, is it construction? I don't know.
Now, Impact Traffic.
You want to try Brad O'Brien, but you know his answer.
We're doing pretty good on the drive.
What is his answer?
Nothing specific about something like that.
Let's ask Brad O'Brien, though. Let's just do it.
Ask him.
It's a good idea.
You got it, man.
Wadsworth, and even up onto westbound I-76 a little bit. That traffic slow.
And it's understandable that he can't speak to specificity with something like that as broad as this.
Skez, they did a traffic.
But I don't know if he'd
especially
even
on the
handle it.
eastbound side in there, so things are
right.
New, and that ramp.
let's start there.
Southbound Vasquez on.
Good call.
And then Scott Sullen is construction defects, but I don't know if he would handle
Mostly
it.
sunny skies, aiming for a high of 74.
I'd like to get
Right now we're
Scott
at
Sullen on our
63.
angel list.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
EuroPlumbingColorado.net, the best prices ever for water heaters. It's that simple. 40 gallons, fully installed, the old one taken out and hauled away, and you're looking at $13.99. That's it, $1,399. No one knows how they do it. A 50-gallon tank, $14.99. No matter what size you want, they say they'll beat any price. Euro Plumbing, EURO, EuroPlumbingColorado.net, Euro Plumbing. And it's 303-668-6844.
Is that Joe?
No, somebody else.
Why did Joe hang up? So, Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Actually, my accountant is talking to me about doing an S corp. I just need to
Yes,
bite
Joe.
the bullet.
Thank
It
you
is.
for staying on the line. We're trying to get an expert on with you
It's pretty
right
easy.
now.
When I had my S corp done.
All right, no problem. Hang on for me, okay?
How are the morons doing today?
Don't hang up.
Back in my early 20s, and my broker advised me to get an S corp, so I do.
Good morning. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show.
It's Bob with OEM.
So he meets me at Sears. This attorney was crazy, man. He walks in there. There's some potato chips on the shelf. They're not even mine. He walks in there, grabs the chips, starts eating it.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, so what do we got here? He starts talking. He starts eating these chips, and I'm like, what? It's like something out of a movie or something.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
he got it all set up for me and everything. But I always think, when I think of my S corp, I always think of that attorney. And I cannot remember his name. I just remember him walking in there and just taking
The
some of
chips.
these chips and eating them. Yeah.
That's funny. No, I need to switch over to one.
All right, hang on for me, Bob, okay? Hang on.
At the beginning.
for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then this guy was so crazy that my wife was the office manager.
Yeah.
So she would go out and bring us lunch if we were busy. So she went to I forget which store it was, and I ordered something. He ordered a roast beef sandwich. She comes back, and and he gives me a sandwich. This thing is too fatty. I'm not eating this. I'm not paying you for it. I said, Matt, she didn't make the sandwich. She just went to pick it up.
What's going on here?
Because you don't like the way it's. So that lasted about another month before we got rid of him. He was the most ridiculous guy.
Give me some characters in life, man. I'm telling you. Give me some real characters.
Yeah. How's it going with your son? Is he getting started in real estate?
He actually passed his exam. I was going to tell Mark he was busy. But he says when he was taking the test, he kept hearing George Costanza's voice. That was wrong, Jerry, wrong. And he kept hearing that when he was choosing whatever answer he wasn't going to choose, and he thought of George Costanza. He goes, Dad, what episode was that? And I said, that was from The Slicer. That's where George encourages Jerry to go on the revenge date. And then he does it, and then George wants to use that to his advantage. He said, well, that was wrong, Jerry. So,
yeah. That's funny. Well, I'm glad he passed. That's awesome and exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So
he had a lot of anxiety about taking that test. I said, dude, it's no big deal. You're smart. You'll pass that thing.
Yeah.
He passed it easy.
So Aaron started a landscaping business right out of school.
Yeah.
And he had a really great summer, and he's doing really good with it, actually.
Awesome.
And this kid is like,
hold on for me.
Such a little business mind, He's looking at getting his real estate license too, and looking at diversifying, because now with his real estate or his landscaping business, he's got a crew working and he's kind of running it. And he's like, well, I want to diversify and do this too. I'm just sitting there going, I'm like, you're 18, awesome.
That is
so proud of you.
It's good when they start young like
Yeah.
that, Stephanie, because their minds.
Do we have Bob?
Honestly, that's to
My
me.
goodness,
Brad
yeah.
O'Brien.
You guys do any rental properties?
That's his initials, Bob.
We've talked about it. and
Brad
it's something that we're
O'Brien.
probably
Hey, okay.
Well, that's true.
Say your name.
They want me to pump up the volume from the station, which I'm doing. The problem is when I do that, I fear that's what brings up the echo. But let me know.
All right.
In the Denver metro area. It seems like there's thousands of them.
You
Can they
still
all be-
have people around
it's a
town
big number.
listening?
Can they all be making?
I do, but I'm getting this from a number of people saying the volume from the station, not my volume, but the volume from the station.
Not easy like people think it is.
So
It's a lot of work.
I don't, and it gets robotic when I turned it up too
I
much.
think you have to be wired pretty well for it.
You do. The statistics.
How's my volume to you?
Like you're in my lap. It's
Excellent.
beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, they quit.
Because
Right.
it is so taxing on you, so expensive.
Stand by.
You put out all this money and you're not.
TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Back to the phones now. Let's see what is going on. Okay, Joe, other than a recommendation for a new attorney or an engineer, what do you need from us? Now, I love helping, but I'm not sure what we can do in this case, especially because the clock is ticking. So help me out.
Well, basically, what we want the damage fixed. We want to.
No, I know what you want, but what do you want from us? Because you've already hired an attorney and an engineer.
He's not helping us. I mean, we've spent all this money, and it just feels like the other.
What law firm do you have?
We do have Brad O'Brien on.
Okay, good. I want to talk to Brad. Brad O'Brien is a real estate attorney. I don't know if he handles these kinds of things, but I'm going to ask him. Brad, this person built a home way back, okay? They've been there a long time, okay? They bought the house in 97. Recently, in 2020, someone built a custom home in front of them and put up a retaining wall. The retaining wall was not part of a drainage plan, not part of their main plan. The city of Loveland had nothing to say about it, but they put up a retaining wall, which has since then caused flooding to their home. They hired an attorney who's doing nothing for them, just negotiating with the neighbor on trying to fix it, but she feels they're just jacking her around. She has spent a ton of legal fees and gotten nowhere. I'm afraid the statute of limitations is going to run out. They haven't filed a lawsuit. Do you handle cases like this when a neighboring property is causing damage to yours?
Yes, I handle property line disputes like this, including fence disputes and
Yeah, but this is specifically the retaining wall on their property causing flooding on her property.
Right.
Do you handle that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you need a second opinion. I'm sorry for saying free, Brad. I don't know how you do second opinions, but she needs a case review. How do you handle those?
Well, I start off with a free initial consultation, just
Okay.
a general brief conversation, and then if they want to take it from there, then we talk about what that costs.
And can you and you got to review what the other people did, because how long have you had this law firm retained, Joe?
August of 23.
And nothing. Okay.
No, we are right at this point right now where they send us an offer, and it's been back and forth with these offers, and basically they want to have their construction company put a French drain in.
Well, a French drain would work. A French drain. Are they putting the French drain in around your house, or are they putting it in at the retaining wall?
Well, it would go at the retaining wall, but here's the deal. Our sprinkler line goes all through that. They're supposed to have a swell in their backyard, which they don't.
But here's the deal, Joe. You can't give your opinion. Did your engineer say they need a swell and they need this and they need that? You can't just automatically say no to everything they propose as well. Brad, listen, is she obligated to let them at least try to mitigate?
Is she obligated? I mean, technically, no. You don't have to. Nobody has to do anything. But it sounds like there's been some real progress to date. There's offers flying back and forth.
So, yeah, and I think she's frustrated because each year it floods, and it's been since she hired but she only hired the law firm in 23. So I don't know what you expect. It's only a year later. I mean, Joe, what are you complaining about?
The fact that every time it rains, my husband and I have to
we
run
get
home
that, but the law firm seems to be working at light speed. I thought you hired him in 2020. You hired him last year.
Yeah.
And they got you. Okay, you hired him last year, and already the other party is offering to put in a French drain, which you automatically say will not work.
It hasn't been that fast, and they finally came to this after we threatened to do the lawsuit, and even what they're trying to put in, we don't believe it's gonna totally.
No, wait. Who's we don't believe? Who's we don't believe?
My husband and I.
Well, sorry. You know what? Your opinion means nothing in that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing when you say we don't think it will solve the problem. A judge will laugh you out of court. Now, if you had a couple experts that said that would be a different story. Joe, I'm trying to help you, and I'm telling you why you're running into problems. First of all, that is light speed for an attorney to be hired last year and get you an offer by threatening a lawsuit this year. Light speed. I know you're frustrated, and that's why you're calling. I understand that completely. Brad, any words for her?
Well, an engineer is important. You should have an engineer on your side who can advise you on the technical solution of a retaining wall with an integrated French drain. That's how this is going to get resolved, most likely.
But what you need is someone to tell you it's not going to work and why it's not going to work. Hold on. Again, I need to take another break. Bob at LEM Landscaping does a lot of this kind of work. He's got a comment. And the other callers, please hang on. I will take all of you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-8255.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
And Brad is gone, so you know.
Right, if you're southbound I-25.
I think Brad's a little afraid of her right now, and I don't blame him.
Right now, from just south of 58th Avenue, getting down to the state.
We won't give her his number.
headed down into the tech center. The delays we had northbound I-25.
I mean, he was even saying, man,
6
this is
finally
great
cleared out.
progress.
Other big problem we're dealing with is up.
No kidding.
They're doing those 20-minute traffic holds both sides of I-70 Idaho Springs as they do the rock scaling. Right now, traffic is stopped. As we take a look at your weather forecast for today, mostly sunny skies and a high up to 74. We're at 61 degrees now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
You know, in 1972, I was graduating high school, and Larry Gravina was working for his dad at Gravina Windows and
I was
Siding.
born.
Yeah, cool. Well, here's the deal. Gravina's started their own company, Larry and his son, in 88. So we have Gravina Windows on our referral list for many, many, many years. 950 West Evans. Remember, there's more than one Gravina. These guys are on the ones on our referral list. They have 50 lines of windows, multiple siding features, and all kinds of entry doors, French doors, sliders. And man, did Nick impress you, Mark, on how much he knows? Oh,
I loved him. The guy knows windows inside and out. He's got to be a real blast at a party.
GravinaWindows.com, your source, 303-472-8462. Hey, you want to know why I like Keel and Park for estate planning? Because you can call them or Zoom or meet in person and go over your entire estate free of charge. If you want to retain them, here's what they'll do. They'll interview you about all of your stuff, your investments, your real estate, your collectibles, your vehicles, whatever you got, your business. And then they come up with a plan. And each element has a flat rate price. So you'll know the price of everything. You decide what to do and how much of it to do. You don't do better than that. Keel and Park, lawkp.com, lawkp.com, 970-818-8198.
You're thinking of, I'm walking here.
That's Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando, the Wild One.
Oh, yes.
The Wild One.
I probably haven't seen it in.
It could be 20 years, right?
Oh, at least.
Well, there's that great line where the waitress says, "What are you protesting, or what are you rebelling against?" He goes, "I don't know. What do you got?" Love that. These people that just protest. I don't know. What do you got? I'll argue about anything.
Frankie,
I was wondering why the hell I couldn't.
Every
if
year,
that's too loud or too
on
too
Adam's
low,
birthday.
you can adjust it.
Oh, okay.
It's for both
I
of
don't
our
know what this
headphones.
is about, you men.
What? What you men? What are you talking about? Kachina.
He's talking about you men.
He has to watch the original Godfather.
So
like
much.
the
Who
first
does?
Godfather
Her husband?
on his birthday.
On
Yes.
his birthday. Godfather.
Every
You
year
found
he
one?
has to watch
Who is this? How did you find this one?
Remember what I was talking about?
Oh, that's the guy.
Birthdays, I like to go to
That guy that
all-nude
you
male
sent me, this attorney.
bathhouse.
Is he the one that, does he do
We all know
construction
this
defect?
with your experience at the Russian bathhouse.
It wasn't Russian. It was just Russian that night.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it is
Crazy
normally.
How the mind, you create more
Isn't
stress
like
on yourself.
I think once was
Turkish
enough.
ones really popular?
I suppose Turkish bath. You ever been in a Turkish prison?
I got the website right here. It's in the room. Oh, good.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
More positive.
Absolutely.
We're good for you too.
So inappropriate.
Yeah. I've been talking to my daughter about that a little bit, because she's 19.
How old is she?
She's 19.
And what is she doing with us? Is she in school?
Construction
She finished her
defect law
freshman year.
firms.
She took like a semester off. Actually went to Texas to stay with Michael's parents for a little while. Needed a change of scene, change of venue.
like her best friends all went away to college. She stayed local, so she was just trying to figure out.
Where did she go to school?
She went to UCCS in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Yeah, that way she didn't have to stay in the dorm. She could still live at home, you know, save some cost, and she's really trying to figure out what she wants to do.
Hey, Dimitri.
But
Oh, he's not.
Yeah,
there,
he's
I guess.
there. He's there.
Oh, well, he needs email.
Okay.
I went to add it. I think you got to do something. You might have to change a credit card or something. I don't know what it is. Or you got to agree to something. I didn't want to do that without you doing it. You
All
know
right,
what I'm saying?
I'll get it done today. Absolutely.
Yeah, he
Thanks.
just needs one. Or swap someone out.
No, I'll
else
get no.
out.
Yeah, you and I know that. Okay, yeah, we're
There
gonna
was
do that.
some dialogue box that popped up said you need to buy us 10 Santiago's breakfast burritos for it to work. I don't know
Yes.
what it meant, Tom.
I love Santiago's breakfast burritos.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I brought you one before you didn't eat it.
And I've told her.
Oh, I don't like taking food from strangers.
Just because it was, you know,
Warm
not
and st-
wrapped and had 3
yeah,
bites
warm
out
and
of it.
still in your pants.
Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So I want to continue on this real quick. Bob at LEM Landscape, he's on a referral list, referralist.com. Bob, what comment do you have on this?
All right,
Go ahead.
Tom, here's what I want to do. Give me a couple minutes, and I'll go quick. The first thing that she should find out, I don't care when that wall was built, but every city has a code for a height of a wall. Example, Lakewood, you can only be 26 inches or you have to have it engineered. So the first thing she needs to find out, or her attorney, is when that wall was built, and I don't even know, is she still on the line? How high is this wall?
Well, let's just keep going, man, and we'll she's listening. Just keep going.
Let's just say this. She needs to find out what the code height is for a retaining wall. Secondly, I can almost guarantee you this wall was not built correctly because I heard her say the drain pipes in the bottom. That all depends on the height. The other thing is that wall has to be backfilled with rock all the way behind it.
Okay, here's what I want to ask in a really, do you go up that far?
I would do it for you, Tom. You know I'll do anything for you.
All right, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like to go up and take a look at it. Let's, Kachina will hook you up. And let's see, maybe you can come up with a solution and make sure she's not getting screwed either, because you've handled a lot of problems for us successfully. And I really like the idea. I like the idea.
Let's say it's 3 feet and it's not supposed to be that tall. How long's it been there? Do you recall?
It's been there since 2020.
Okay, so what would they do? Who are they suing? What would they do?
No. Let's say it won't cost that much to fix.
Well, no, here's the thing. If that wall was put in wrong in the start, they can go back. I've had it happen. 10 years it happened. They can go back after whoever installed that wall, and then she mentioned the swale.
Well, who installed it?
Move. Well, they may be able to find out, but the swale cannot be moved, and if it's going to be moved, it has to be recertified to drain around both parts of the house to the front of the yard.
All right, hold on. We got to come back to more right after this on the Troubleshooter Show.
Thank you. Oh, Bob do get going, don't he?
He drives me insane. I understand and agree with what he's saying. How are they going to find somebody that had erected a wall 5 years ago and make them fix it? I mean, good luck with that.
Hold on, Mark. I don't think they can get them to fix it unless the lawyers do it. But if they were willing, listen to this. They were willing anyway. They said, my damn video. Okay, my video. I screwed up my video. Hold on. Anyway, nah, it was my fault, my main camera. I just screwed it up. Anyway, they were willing to do this. I got to reboot, guys. Sorry, got to reboot. They were willing to fix it anyway, is what I'm saying, Mark, but they were going with an engineer and all that. If Bob can do it cheaper, it would be better.
Okay.
I got to figure out how to get this.
I guess my point was trying to go after who did it 5 years ago is, I think it's a waste of
Yeah,
time.
but they're already willing. They said to do it is what I'm saying. They're already willing to fix it.
You mean the caller or the people that did it 5 years ago?
The people that did it 5 years ago are the ones talking to them right now. They're
Then why
willing.
do I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention during the call. Then this is all my fault. Then why are they fucking calling out of curiosity?
Because it's not. That's what we were asking her. She's saying that she doesn't trust their solution.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying to her. Well, you don't even know if it's right or wrong.
I got you.
Here, you can talk now to me.
Thank you.
I just have to.
Mark, I think her claim is against the owners of the property next door, not the contractor anyway.
Well, maybe so, but how much? Did they give any idea how much the fix was?
No, she didn't say anything about that.
I mean, I'm just taking, let's say, $5,000. That's what Brad would take. Our attorney that's going to do a property line dispute or any kind of dispute like this as a retainer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's logic. There's what's right. I agree with Bob, and I agree with what you're saying. They probably are the issue if it's the same neighbors, and I assume it is. But going after them could cost more than just paying to have it done.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Hey, Mark,
what I find ridiculous, what I find ridiculous is she won't let the lady. They won't let this company fix it for free.
Hey, Mark, may I ask you something? This email that I got,
which one?
Copied on.
Yes.
Brad, what is that all about? I mean,
okay, so that's another one of these hedge funds, if you will. They now own probably 15 different little ones like Elkhorn.
Oh, they own the company.
Yeah, they bought it, and all of a sudden they're like, what is this? We don't know what this is.
Oh,
and
okay.
I've been going back and forth for 2 or 3 days, and the guy's just, I don't know. I don't know what to make of him, to be quite honest. But I'm just not dealing with him. How's that?
Well, do they want to cancel?
Yeah, that's what their last email. They didn't actually. They're trying to be threatening about it. It's just like whatever, man.
Threatening in what way? I mean, go retroactive or what?
No.
Okay.
Here, I'll just send you another email.
Sorry.
Here's the last one. I mean, I've offered to do Zooms with this guy for 3 days to explain what's going on.
Like when I asked about how to use the back end.
Here, forward to T. Martino.
Okay.
But this company now,
Someone who's a little younger.
let me see what the name of it is again.
I need someone to show me.
AdvantageServices.com.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got the email and I read through it. I was just wondering.
Look at the one I just sent you.
All right.
I mean, that's the kind of shit. But so these guys come in and bail out companies not making money. I mean, we know 1,000 of these companies.
Yeah.
I don't know what they own locally, but Central Air, Elkhorn, Balance Point, Hooley Heating, Fox Family, Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, you sent exactly what I had. You sent it again. Yeah.
Okay.
I had it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they basically came in and gobbled up a bunch of these little ma and pas.
Yeah.
And
now
then
they're
take
trying. I know they want to be big man on campus. We find that all the time.
Yeah, and they're like, well, we don't see any links coming over. And I'm like, look, we're based on a radio show. People go and they search something, and then they call the phone number there. I said, why don't you do what the biggest ones in town, like Plumline Fix It and Apple would do, and track it the right way? I mean, basically, that's where. Well, you read the email I sent them.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, okay, so all your little dogs, what?
Right, exactly.
With how they do it.
I'll tell you, this is there's going to be no more mom and pa's left anywhere.
No, not at all. That's right.
Any home service.
Right, I know that.
This was all customized.
It's actually ingenious. I'm sorry. I wish I actually thought of it. You go into an operator that knows how to fix garage doors or knows how to fix a furnace, but they're not good on the business side. And you buy them out for 51%, so you own it. You retain them as your GM, and you fucking teach them how to make money. I mean, it's fucking ingenious. Why we haven't done it, I don't know.
And you buy it many times. You buy it for no money.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You offer them a piece of what you build.
That's right.
That's great. I might have to check that out.
No, the money comes into they're getting a salary working for you and some kind of either ownership, something.
So I just looked at some days on market just for Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'll blow your mind.
But then these companies like this from out of state, they gobble up these small ones. I mean, they have no idea about this market. They've never fucking heard of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you, I don't know. I mean, what can
I agree.
say?
I know what you're
The
saying.
best thing I can say is listen to the show and see how everything ties together. I don't know how else to fucking tell you to do
Well,
it.
you know what? I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, reach out to him.
Okay.
That's the guy, man.
Nah, they've been doing like every other month or something like that. They try to change it. They used to do once a month.
But I suspended them, like I told him, and I said
so?
they don't have to
Okay.
give me a 30-day notice. I'm not going to hold them to that shit. I don't give a shit about that.
Oh, so they're off now.
I suspended
You
him,
have
yeah.
to sign up.
I told him I did right in that
It
email.
used to be automatic.
He's basically saying, I don't see why we'd go forward. And I'm like, okay, don't go forward.
Who is the old owner?
That I couldn't even tell you, man. This guy named, I think about a year ago, this guy named Kevin signed the contract, and he's still there, but pre-Kevin, I don't know who it is. I think the old owner, whoever it was like, yeah, you definitely want to keep this. It's one of our biggest lead points. So they did a new contract, and this guy named Kevin signed it less than a year ago. And then I'm assuming someone up in accounting, when their credit card declined, heard about it for the first time or something. I mean, who knows?
Darn.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got a lot of people waiting to talk to us. And as it goes, it's you never know how the calls are going to go. So I'm going to get to all of you, I promise. So really, the bottom line is I don't want to go back to the landscaping problem. I'm going to ask Bob as a favor to go up and look at that, look at people. Here's the thing, okay? When you have a retaining wall causing trouble for the neighbor, it could be your problem, and you may have to fix it. I mean, it could be the one who put up the retaining wall's problem. So you're not allowed to cause problems for a neighbor. You're not allowed to disrupt drainage plans without a very specific set of rules. Almost every municipality has drainage plans. We have Frank Duran, the real estate man, with us today. We also have Stephanie with us, Stephanie Thomas, and they are real estate brokers. Stephanie Thomas works the Pikes Peak region. Frank Duran works all parts metro, and we are talking real estate. I do have some text for them. You can text me at 57739. That's the iHeart short code, we call it. So you text your message to 57739 with Tom in there. It'll get to me. And then we have also my personal Google voice, and I do have some text there. This is my personal number. It comes to my cell phone, and I will get to it, and that is 747-999-5280. So now let's keep going. Jim wants to talk about a car accident and an insurance issue. Okay, man, what's going on, Jim?
Good morning, Tom.
Hey.
I was involved in a car accident a week ago Monday.
Oh, I hope you're not hurt, are you?
No, there were no injuries, so obviously then the police wouldn't come out and take our information. But my insurance company has been very helpful, and I had just bought the car 2 months before.
Was it brand new?
No, used car. I've never had a new car. I'm a 76-year-old man that gets what he can.
You old fart. Hey, Jim, let me ask you something. So you were in this accident, and the police wouldn't come because there's no injuries. How heavy were the damages?
My car was declared totaled.
Okay, but now whose fault was it? If you didn't have a police report or an accident report, whose fault is it?
Okay, I obviously say it was his fault. He turned in a report to my insurance company with a statement that, to me, basically said it was his fault while he's trying to blame me. To make it simple.
So you're each blaming. Wait. You're each blaming each other.
Right.
Okay.
And my insurance company saw what happened to the car and how he reported it and said it was impossible to happen that way. So,
can you tell me how it happened? I'm just curious. Tell me how it happened.
Okay, sure. I pulled out of a strip mall on Buckley, 8:45 at night on Monday, and the right lane was completely empty. The left lane had cars in it. I pulled out into the right lane, probably drove 40, 50 yards up, and all of a sudden, wham, he passed me in the left lane in a pickup truck with a trailer behind it. The truck got past me. His trailer knocked the whole front of my car off.
Oh, and what did he say happened?
He's saying that all he says is that he was behind me, that he was in the right lane, and when I come out, he was behind me. Now,
wait. He was behind you. Then how did his trailer hit the front of your car?
That's exactly what we're saying.
Well, okay.
Well,
so
it's a common sense factor, like literally how?
Yeah. Well, if he was behind me, he would have hit the back of my car. He was out in the left lane and trying to get into my lane because there was no other cars. You know how somebody hurries up to get into the empty lane. And he swung into the lane. His truck got by me, and the trailer caught the front bumper of my car. And just
no, we get that, man. So now, how is this affecting you right now? Tell me the situation.
Okay, my insurance, what I had bought, I spent $8,000 with everything, not insurance, but with everything else on the car. At a dealership, I bought the car, and with
what is the car? What is the car?
It's a 2010 Mazda CX-7.
It's a little SUV.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just get right to the point of the call. Are you complaining about the value they're putting on the total?
That's exactly it. My insurance company said that the total value would be at $6,500 minus my deductible $1,000.
Of course.
So they've given me a check for $5,500.
And what do you think it's worth?
I think, well, I want to be, as I hear on your show all the time, I want to be made whole.
Yeah, but you know what? Being made whole, Jim, listen. Okay. Being made whole doesn't mean making up for, now I'm not saying this happened to you. I'm saying in general, insurance companies don't have to make people whole if they were stupid when they bought the car.
Okay.
They only have to make you whole for the real value of the vehicle a second before it was destroyed.
Yeah, minus the deductible, of course.
Yes. So I need to know how many miles on this 2010 Mazda.
Okay, have 149,000.
Okay, you're not going to get more than that.
Okay, that's, yeah, because I'm out.
My only confusion is I thought it was the other guy's issue.
Well, the other guy's issue is that he contacted his insurance company the next morning and said there was an accident. They cannot get him to call them back and say what happened.
Yeah, that's a popular, hold on. So they're saying they can't. They're saying they can't help you because of lack of cooperation. Let me explain something to you. There are some cases where insurance brokers talk to their insured and go, wink, wink. If you don't cooperate with us, we can't cover it, and we don't have to. And so I've heard this excuse more and more and more where they say, we can't get our insured to call us back.
He's got to sue him. That'll get their attention.
Okay, that's right, Mark. Explain that. Go ahead.
Well, you simply take him to small claims court. You're only looking for under $7,500, so you're a perfect candidate. Do you have any
And tell him what'll happen. Go on, tell him what'll happen.
Well, the second you serve him, he's going to contact his insurance company and go, I'm getting sued. Then this insurance company's going to end up ponying up the fair value of the car, and you're not going to have a deductible at that point.
Now,
okay, that's kind
tell
of
me, give me the model designation again on this.
I'm almost there. CX-7.
Okay. And I got it. I'm looking at it right now. And I want to see the mileage part. Okay. So I have one exactly like yours with the same mileage. Actually, it's newer than yours, but the same mileage. The exact same mileage. And it's only 1 year newer, and it's $6,900, which they say at cars.com is excellent at evaluating deals. The 2010 similar mileage in the $6,000 mark. So
I'm showing between 5 and 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
For private party.
Yeah, they're not
cheating
cheating you, bro. They're not cheating you.
Right.
You're not going to get more because you paid more. You understand that, right?
Right. I'm happy with my insurance company. My insurance company said they would be going after his insurance company to get their money
Well,
back.
then you can go after him, though, separately for your deductible.
Right, and they said they would get my deductible, so there's no sense in me
Well,
suing him.
then what's the call about? I think everything's going the way it should.
Well, he's out $1,000 right now.
Did you
until
just hear what
they get the money back?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm still out of 5. I thought I was at 2,500, but if that's the way they value their car, then I'm basically out of $1,000.
You know what you can do for a second opinion on that, and they'll actually do it by VIN number, 100% free for you, is go to referrallist.com, okay, and type in petty, as in Petty, petty details. Give them a call, give them the VIN number, and they'll tell you what that vehicle, what is a very fair price from an insurance company.
Okay.
And make sure you got sales tax. Did they give you sales tax?
Right. Yeah, they figured the sales tax. The $5,500 they gave me figured sales tax. My other question is this:
That might be a little low.
I need to go buy a car. I've been off work. I do deliveries for work, and I've been off work for 9 days now because I don't have a car.
Well, call them up. They will have stuff between $5,000 and $10,000. Call them up. But the other thing you
Call
might
who
want,
up, Mark?
JFR Cars.
Yeah, good.
Now, the other thing I was going to say to you, though, if you've got what kind of car you need? Just anything? I mean, you're not delivering big stuff. You can have a car, right?
Right.
You might be able to get into.
Don't care. I want a dependable piece of transportation.
Well,
I don't
okay,
care
then
about
I'm going to give you another idea, and JFR can punch the numbers because he can do new and used too. But you might think about getting like a little. I'm just throwing something out there. A Hyundai Kona for around $25,000. You put down $5,000 to $10,000. Your payments are only going to be $300-400 a month, and you have free oil changes for 3 years, a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper, and Kia's got some stuff like that, too. Then you're not worrying about anything else.
Yeah, well, I say at my age, I can't finance a car in my position because technically I was working for myself. I don't have credit.
Hey, you know what? I know somebody. Hold on. I can make this call for you, Tom. You know John Jones over at Integra.
Yeah.
Well, their son passed away about a year ago, and his wife is trying to sell his Toyota. What do they call it? It's a Toyota pickup. What's the popular Toyota?
Tacoma or the Tundra?
No, keep going. 4Runner. It's a 4Runner.
Oh, they're good.
It's probably about 150,000. I forget, but it runs really good. And they're only looking 3,000 or 4,000 for it if they still have it. So if you're interested in that, give Kelly your info, and I'll pass it along for her to call you.
I will do that.
It's a good little truck, too. And then if this guy doesn't want it, anybody out there listening, I've been promising them I'd mention it, and it just came up now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get first shot at doing it. I mean, I got the money now from my insurance
I'll do
company,
it.
so
I promise I'll do that. In fact, just make sure Kelly's got your info, and I'll reach out to you, man.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Now,
all right.
do I get a dinger?
Yes, you do.
Give me that dinger, big man.
Okay, hold on. I got to find it. I don't know smart remarks.
Oh man, he's been looking for his dinger for 3 years.
There, I just did.
Thank you.
Okay, so
this is going to be my fourth car in a year and a half.
All right.
Oh my gosh, it's fourth in a year and a half. Wow, we got more coming right up. We'll come back to Jennifer with a Verizon problem. I'm Tom Martino.
Yep.
Guys, sorry. What do you think?
Past carpet cleanings with ghostly residue of soap and chemicals left behind? Who you gonna call? The Residue Busters at ZeroResDenver.com. Because soaps and harsh chemicals scare me. Don't be tricked. Get the real treat. Zero Res. Nothing spooky left behind. 3 rooms starting at just $119 and $75 off duct cleaning. 303-471-5150. Don't be scared. All right, now, if you are looking for a water heater, you will find no better deal than EuroPlumbingColorado.net. We're talking $13.99 for a 40-gallon tank fully installed, the old one taken out and hauled away. That's all done legally and ethically at the best price ever. If you want a 50-gallon tank, it's $14.99. I know this sounds impossible, but it's being done by EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844. Now, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. I almost don't have to explain them because the name says it all. The Planning Center for Retirement of the Rockies. Planning Center. Now, here's what they do. They go over your stuff to see that you're ready for retirement, or if you're younger, getting ready for retirement with a nest egg, helping it grow. They're registered financial advisors. They also have other products available to create income. I urge you to call Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. A bunch of good people, honest people, and they can tell you on the phone what they do and how they do it and how it saves you money over time. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com.
Yep.
$1,000.
That's awesome.
It is an amazing car. If that much money, you can't beat it.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing with electrics. When they built my house, they had a 220 volt thing in the garage to charge it. If I didn't have that in the house, I wouldn't buy an electric car.
You got to just email it to me.
Yeah, no, so this, Michael's a car guy all day long.
Oh, really?
Like, I have my one Tahoe I drive, and I've driven for a while, and I love it.
Dang it, John.
Michael has 5 cars.
What?
He has 2 classics, the Camaro, so 3. And then he's got a little Honda Civic mileage car that he commutes and stuff. And then he's got his truck.
He's a car hoarder.
He is a car guy like nobody's business.
Well, everybody spends their discretionary income on what makes them happy.
That's very true, Doc.
Right?
That's a nice car.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Wow.
Pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful car.
It is a beautiful car.
Wow. See, if I had that, I'd be in jail for speeding 3 times a week.
No, you wouldn't, because you don't drive it.
But see, this
Oh,
is
that's
like
true.
the
But
road
I would
coming
drive
in
it.
our neighborhood. So we've got like the Killer Mountain View.
Tom never drove his Ferrari.
That's why we can't drive it in the winter.
That's
So
like
it
that
gets
was like
dodged.
Tom when he had the Ferrari. He just simply didn't drive it.
so
We
low.
got 2 miles of mountain road. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful car.
Yeah. It is.
What's a great car? What is he talking about?
Fast motor.
Nobody has their headphones on, and I can't see it.
So I got Michael a track day for Christmas. Well, we bought this in October. We ordered it in June, so the Christmas before. Okay. And because Michael's a car guy, so I got him a track day. He got to go.
Hey, John, give me a
Drive
call
a
back.
Lamborghini and do the
I don't know
track
if you
and all the
guys still
fun, right?
have that
As soon as
Forerunner,
he got
or
out
if
the
you
track,
guys
we went
ended
to
up
lunch.
selling
He's
it,
like,
but I just mentioned it on air. But anyhow, just give me a call back later. Bye.
cracking up about that. And
It's a nice looking car.
yeah, yeah. So that's his super fun car.
Too bad it's not fast, though.
He told me driving it today that he knew you were going to give him a hard time with racing him with the Tesla. He
Well,
was
it's
like, I totally know.
I just win every time. I mean,
We had a Forerunner.
not only that, I don't have to drive. My car will literally beat him by itself.
Michael's is the manual, so he can do the whole deal.
First time he drove mine in autopilot,
Oh yeah, it flipped him out. A little.
it totally freaked him out, man. So it's coming up and it needs to make a left, so it hits the blinker, and I've got it set on aggressive, so it just goes, cuts right over in front of somebody else. And Mike was like, holy shit, the car almost hit that person. It's like, no, that car knows exactly where it is.
Hey, let's see.
Hey, I was just talking about you. You never drove your Ferrari for the most part, did you?
Well, no, because here's why. Where are you
How
gonna
many
drive
miles
it?
did you put on it?
I put about 900 miles on it. Here's the thing. Where are you going to go? You can't go to the movies and just park it in the parking lot. People get assholes about it.
Yeah, the key or some shit.
So if you have valet, and they always keep it out front, that's cool. But if you just go out shopping, I mean, it's good for nothing. It's, drive around the mountains and take it home. I mean, it's just stupid. It was the most stupid purchase in the world.
Heart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jennifer, what's going on with Verizon? Welcome. What is happening? Well, hey.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I was going to call you Jennifer. I'm just having some trouble with Verizon. My mom has been with them for 8 years, and she's up in age, in her 90s, so years ago, I'm talking like 3 or 4 years ago, I actually had the power of attorney actually went and had they faxed to the company that I would be allowed to speak on her behalf for anything.
How old is your mom?
She's in her 90s.
Okay, and you were, it's called an authorized agent or authorized user, or so you can talk. Like Suze does that with a lot of my accounts. So what's going on?
So I went through all that trouble. And then it was a waste of time. It didn't go through, I guess. So every time I call, just for simple things like if there's problems with the phone, or for example, last month.
Why don't you just pretend you're her?
Oh, I've never.
Yeah,
thought
why
of that,
not?
but I don't. I guess I don't sound old enough. Maybe they wouldn't believe me.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
My
You
God,
don't have to.
You could sound like me, and they'll believe you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is a bunch of crap that people go through. But you could just, all the questions they're going to ask about your mom, right?
Very much so. I do. I have to sort of be her. Her memory is not that great either. So what I've been doing, and what I did last month, because she didn't get a paper statement. She I thought it was a holiday, Labor Day. So what happened is the person I spoke with, they actually allowed me to talk. She said she gave verbal agreement that I could speak. So they said, "Don't worry, somebody must have taken that feature off, and we would."
Look, do you have online access? Do you have online access?
Well, no.
Create.
She has an email account, but I
Listen.
didn't-
If you have a bill, create an online access.
Well, I guess I could, but can I get to the meat of the problem?
Yeah. What is the problem?
So what happened is they said, "Don't worry, we're going to switch that back on. Next month you will be getting paper statements again." So my mom has me go to the Verizon store and I pay cash. That's the way she wants it.
Jeez.
So I didn't. Yeah, my mom's kind of old-fashioned. I don't mind. It's not a problem.
So what's the big deal? Let's talk about the problem.
The big deal? The bill didn't come again this month. So I get on the phone and my mom gives the verbal.
Jennifer,
yes.
why can't, seriously, I'd love to help you, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like weird. I mean, you can just go online. Your statement is there. You can print it if you want it. Why don't you just go online and create an online account for you? I mean, it's there already.
Tom, I'm done with them at this point after 8 years. My reason for this call today, Tom, is I want to know what other companies besides Comcast that I can get the same service with her. She calls it a dumb phone. It's a phone with AT&T, your old-fashioned phone,
Yeah.
even though it acts like
You're
a
not going to
smartphone.
find them.
Can you give me advice?
You're not going to find a dumb phone anymore.
Wait a minute. So when you say a dumb phone, like a house phone.
Yes, it's a house phone.
Do you have internet?
It gets its power.
Do you have
from-
internet at your house?
No, she does not, and does not want internet.
Oh my God! I was going to say Magic
well,
Jack's
listen,
dirt cheap.
Jennifer, unfortunately, I'm serious, okay? I know what you're faced with. You want a simple phone, paper bills, and you want to pay cash. It might be that you can't be accommodated any longer.
Really?
Yeah.
What about
I don't
something
mind it.
like
I don't have to
Just
take
let's
taxes
just
on
face reality. They're phasing certain things out. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm going to help you if I can't. There are companies that will not send out paper bills. There are companies that will not accept cash, and there are companies that don't have simple phones.
Wait, I've got an idea for.
What about something like Cricket, Tom?
That's going to be just any phone. That's just service. Look at Jitterbug.
What is it?
But that's the thing. She doesn't like change, and she would freak
It
out.
doesn't matter. Jitterbug is the easiest thing to ever use. If you want, you look at it, you program it. There could be a picture of you, and she hits the picture of you, and it'll call you. She doesn't even have to. It's so easy. It's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah, Jitterbug.
But see, the only thing.
I'm thinking of getting one for Tom.
That's out there. Would
So
be
listen. Now so Jennifer added another wrinkle. Number 1, she wants paper statements. Number 2, she wants a simple dumb phone. Number 3, she wants a place she can go and pay cash. Number 4, she doesn't want change.
No. I'm willing. I'm to the point now where I could set up. I could just do everything under it's my mom. She's the old.
Jennifer?
Yeah, but hold on, Jennifer. I want to ask you straight up. You said she doesn't want change. So what do you mean? She wants to keep the phone she has?
I think change meaning she wants to keep that AT&T phone. I'm the one that is upset about the billing.
Mark, what is the? You said Verizon. Is it Verizon or AT&T?
It's Verizon, but she has an AT&T phone that she dials with. That's what I mean.
Okay, well, it's not an AT&T phone, and it's not a Verizon phone. Mark, are they CDMAs? Do you know which phone that is, Mark?
What, a Verizon? If it's older like that, it's not going to have a SIM card. It's going to be built in and most likely will only work on the Verizon network.
Yeah, but she said it was an AT&T phone, which is weird.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Just wait, Doc, please. Is it an AT&T phone or is it a Verizon phone?
It's not a Verizon phone.
Wait. How old is it?
Oh, I just bought it last year.
Okay, then it could be. It could possibly be on both networks.
Okay, now here's the deal, Jennifer. Do you know if it has a SIM card?
No, it's not even that sophisticated. It's just
no
old phone like we used to have back in the day that you would plug into the wall, but this thing plugs into the Verizon box.
Okay, Tom, all she's just got here, it's just like Magic Jack. Okay. It's any phone that you can buy at Walmart. I'm talking like the old school phones.
Okay, they're talking about a Magic. You're right. That's exact. So this is not a cell phone.
No,
not at all.
Okay. It's literally an old AT&T
we should have led with that. It's not a cell phone.
I know. It's like
now.
Yeah.
Comcast will be worse. Comcast.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just get her a Quest or not Quest? What are they now? CenturyLink landline and call it done. What are they? $20? My God.
They'll have that.
Of course.
But Mark, she can't get the landline without broadband. They don't do those anymore.
Yeah, I think they do. Absolutely. In fact, I have one at my house.
Oh,
so does Stephanie.
Yeah, I do too.
Wait,
awesome. Well, that's what I want to. That was the premise of my
Quest.
call. I want to know.
Why do I call them Quest? CenturyLink.
CenturyLink.
Are you sure?
Dude, I've got them at my house.
Okay.
Now ask me why.
So do I.
I don't know if you can get new ones. Why do
Mine
you
are
have
because of DSL. That's the only internet I can get.
Well, Mark, you just said it was just a phone line. I just said you can't get a phone line.
You're missing me. That's what the DSL is sent over. I can add an actual phone line to it if I want.
Yes, you can, but you're paying for way more than a phone line, whether you use it or not. That's what I'm getting at. She's going to be paying for broadband whether she uses it or not.
I think she can get just a landline for about $20. What's it say? What's it say, Shannon?
Reliable and affordable landline phones for your family.
How much?
On their website.
On Quest? Or
stop saying Quest.
CenturyLink.
You know what, Jennifer? Why don't you call CenturyLink, okay? And then
call us back. We'd all love to hear how much it is. Seriously.
So I just go on the internet and go to CenturyLink and then go from there.
Have you never heard of CenturyLink?
You said you never. You said you don't get on the internet, right?
No, I have
Mom.
internet at my house. This is my mom's house. I'm totally with it. It's just my mom is old school, and but I'll do whatever it takes to.
Okay,
get away from
if
drugs.
that doesn't
I
work,
understand
then
it.
contact H.G. Wells. Okay. No one is going to get that reference.
I got it. That's very mean of you, though.
What? Why is it mean? H.G. Wells. He wrote Time Machine. Go back.
Oh, I thought he was like the inventor of the telegraph.
No, he wrote Time Machine. He should go back in time. I mean,
You should
look,
you should tell her to look for a Century link in the Rocky Mountain News.
but really,
It's Sarah,
truly,
the operator
I don't want
from
to
Mayberry.
listen. I think that was a good recommendation. Thank you, Shannon, for looking it up. CenturyLink can help. CenturyLink, yep. Call them. Ask
Yeah,
them
you
for
can still get a landline. Now, why you would get one, I still don't get.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the place you want to call for great garage doors, the actual doors themselves of all kinds. They're factory authorized for most doors. Also, garage door openers. They'll come to your home. They'll have all their prices on the website. They can fix a door, replace a door, the openers, any part of it. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
Sorry, I didn't know Doc left his mic on.
Of course he did. Of course he did. I hear him all the fucking time.
From the
I know. That's just
Jesus
awful.
Christ, all the time.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary.
Come on, bring him back to your house.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is.
It's been like 2 years since he tripped over the furniture.
Reopened both directions up near Idaho Springs. Remember, they're going to be doing those 20-minute holds up there through the middle of the day intermittently for the next couple of weeks as they do that rock scaling project. So the eastbound lanes have reopened. Traffic's back to normal. Westbound traffic still a little heavy and slow getting over Floyd Hill. We get closer to town. We are still seeing that heavy traffic southbound I-25 passing downtown. That's just all volume. Otherwise looking good in and out of the Tech Center. I-70, 225, Boulder Turnpike, all wide open. Watch for a wreck at 104th and Grant. Denver weather today, sunny and cooler, high up to 74. It's 62 degrees now. With your Impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHAL.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Check your local listing to watch Judy Justice. Out now.
All right, Fuller Law is John Fuller, Fuller. Look him up online, personal injury attorney in Denver. He's the kind of attorney you want, a boutique law firm. He talks to each and every client personally. That's right. You can call him, get free legal advice, talk about your injury, talk about your accident, find out what it'll cost, find out the next steps to take, and if he can help you, there's no obligation. If you do hire him, of course, it's on a percentage fee basis, and you get his personal cell phone. You can call or text at any time. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. Remember the name John Fuller. You can also find him at referralist.com.
Thank you.
Are we in this century or what?
What?
Can we all chip in and get him a jitterbug, please?
God, get him a life alert.
He'll have a picture of me,
No.
a picture of Suzanne, a picture of Stephanie, and a picture of his kids, and then the emergency button thing. Tom, what do you think?
What?
We're going to get you a jitterbug with pictures of us all.
So I don't even know what it is.
A jitterbug, so instead of
phone.
like dialing a number, when you look at the screen, it would have a picture of me, and all you have to do is click me, and it'll call me.
like it.
But it's a cell phone. It's a flip phone.
Yeah, it's a phone. It's a cell phone.
It's an actual flip phone.
It's made for old
Grandma
people.
had before she died.
It's made for people that are way past 70, like 72.
So old. Or what are they looking for? High school graduates from the early 70s? Is that the target market?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you graduated in 72, you own a jitterbug. You know, if we could get Obama to come back into office.
Did you, is Suze around?
Free jitterbug.
He's in office right
Is Suze around? Is she there?
No, she's not. Just text her.
What do you want to do? File a complaint against
She's
us?
either in yoga or just working from home.
I need to call her. This is bullshit.
I found a push-button phone downstairs. I could bring it up. Good landline phone.
Mark, did you watch the VP debate?
I sure did. I thought Vance did so good. It was like watching two grown-ups. I loved it.
Yeah, he was smooth.
He was really smooth.
Up until
He looked way more presidential.
when my grandpa died in like.
And I just like that younger look too. I'm actually glad she didn't pick the guy from Pennsylvania.
Phone and the landline.
He's pretty good, man. I think he looks way more
And that's
presidential
the only phone
than
they
Walz.
had in the house.
Way
It was in the
more.
kitchen.
And he's been in. He's just smarter, quicker, faster,
Yep.
better.
Yep, you got that right.
Waltz reminds me a little bit of Cheney.
And he's got
I'll tell you
dreamy blue eyes.
Trump should have picked.
And he's
as
got
VP.
dreamy blue eyes. Yes.
Who?
Did you ever watch anything by Lisa McCain? She's this representative from I forget where it is, somewhere in the Midwest. She is a pistol.
Better than the
When they have these hearings, she holds their
politicos.
feet to the fire.
He's got
She's
passion
smart.
eyes.
She's a woman.
Or
She's attractive. She would have been a great vice presidential candidate.
Well, the
I
guy
love
that
Tulsi Gabbard.
supposedly has been accurate on every
You like her
presidential
little gray stripe?
Oh, yeah.
picks Harris.
Little skunk girl.
Because he says there has to be 6 keys against the White House to lose. And there's 5 keys against the White House, which means
The only
they
thing
don't have the 6
about
keys. So
her-
he predicted Trump to win in
Well, first of
16.
all, she's a woman,
predicted
but-
him to lose last time. He's
Beside
predicted
the
him to lose
That's
this
a good thing.
Who knows how?
second
Hello?
of all, no,
I may have to leave
It's
the
like
country.
11 for 11 or something.
I may have to leave the country if Harris.
his-
I cannot stand that.
Very
woman.
good. How are you?
Oh no.
I just wonder where her credibility is. Like she just kind of
She has no credibility.
She has zero credibility.
people. Okay, we're just gonna vote for her.
I don't. I'm telling you, Trump's winning this thing, man. You guys, a lot of people don't remember in 16. You realize Hillary was up in most of these polls by 5, 6, 7, 8%, and Trump won. So when you're looking at a 1-point difference in the swing state, it means absolutely nothing.
Something off of this, but I do have coverage through my employer. I'm so sorry.
Mark, I hope you're right, because otherwise I'm going to be
I
doing.
do.
these
I,
shows
you know,
remotely
90% of the time I
from,
feel bad for
maybe
you.
Costa Rica.
Imagine the
It's a
living
good place to
conditions.
go.
Yeah, that's right. Be on a beach out there.
For me.
You know what I learned about them that's crazy?
What?
Yeah.
And I don't know about other countries, but I know most like Europe. If you are tried for a criminal offense there
In Costa Rica?
in Costa Rica,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's murder or whatever it is, car
Yeah.
theft. And let's
Oh,
say,
I'd take a
first of
ruler
all, it's a
across the
3-judge
knuckles from
panel.
her.
There's no jury of your peers. Yeah, 3-judge panel. But if the 3-judge panel
Oh, it's
happens
not
to
for
find you
you.
guilty,
It's
For me.
very
Okay.
off-putting for me.
you can
It's for Daddy.
actually
It's not for you.
request a new trial. Okay, and then
here we go.
if you get
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so let's go to my texts. And we have one on real estate. My neighbor's house has been on the market for 30 days and has not had one showing. Is that unusual? It's in a very good neighborhood in Denver. Frank, even Stephanie, I mean,
Well,
let's talk.
Tom, here's the deal.
30 days, not one showing.
Yeah, 30 days, not one showing. Here's the thing.
It's not listed right?
Two things I would say. Number one is definitely visit if they're hitting the right price mark, Tom. You should have showings. Now, here's the thing. Some areas are flooded with more inventory than others. So I saw one property was on the market 35 days, 3 showings, and got a very good offer on the 35th day. In fact, it had competing offers. So in this kind of market, it's a little back and forth sometimes depending on the area, but I would say 0 showings in 30 days does seem a bit unusual.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, I see slow showings right now across the board for a lot of my properties, and I did pull some specific days on market that I can give you, and it's really property dependent. But absolutely no showings after a month. That would be a conversation between me and my seller on how we want to reposition.
I have a neighbor, guys, and I like her. She got divorced a while back, like a year, and we know both of them. But they put the house up because, the proceeds are getting divorced. They got to sell the house. They listed it at a number that I never thought they'd get, and they haven't got it. So what I'm finding now is they get 0 listings. I mean, no, they don't even get looky-loos. And my guess is, and I want your advice on this, it's because the house has been on the market for over a year, and they've moved the price a little, but like 20,000 here, 10,000 here. They barely moved it at all. But if you look at how long it's on, the first thing I would think is, what the hell is wrong with that house? Because everything else in Franktown is selling quick. But the reason this house, and it is in great shape, isn't selling quick is because it's been on the damn market for a year. Is that good?
Yeah, Mark, I would tell you this. Chances are very good. They're missing the market. And here's the thing. When you sit on the market that long, think of a quarterback in the pocket. There's a timing he's got to get rid of that ball. And when he sits in the pocket too long pedaling around, you know what happens next? He takes a sack.
So if it's my neighbor or this person, what do? I mean, what do?
Well, here's what I would say. They should definitely revisit where the market really is and meet the market at its highest point. Because sometimes, and I don't know this seller, but sometimes sellers will base a price on their emotions or what they feel versus what the market's going to pay. And unfortunately, if the realtor and the seller's the 3 highest bidders, that doesn't do them much good on the open market. So the key is, where's the open market paying?
All right, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to, is it Hala? It sounds like part of Hallelujah. Is it Hala or Hala?
Hi, Tom. It's Hala.
Hala.
How are you?
Part of Hallelujah. Is your last name
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah? Never. Go ahead. What's going on?
It could be. Hey, quick HOA question for you. During your reserve study, they left out a key component, and it was
And for those listening, a reserve study means they look at the coffers to see if they have enough for emergencies and stuff, and they have a certain amount in reserve. And if not, they do an assessment of all homeowners. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so they left out a key component, which was a $4 million project, which, of course, skewed it in our favor. What do you call this? Do we call it misrepresentation?
Well, first of all, Hala, I don't understand. Who did the study, the reserve study? Was it the management company or the HOA?
No, it was the professional company that does reserve studies.
Okay, now, and when they did a reserve study, they left out what you called a $4 million project. What is this $4 million project?
Infrastructure.
Well, tell me what it is.
Sewers.
Okay,
Plumbing,
so
sewers,
is this infrastructure? Is this, by the way, a single-family home community or a condo or townhome?
It's a condo.
And are you telling me the $4 million has to be spent in the near future?
I'm telling you that when they did a investigation a couple of years ago, they determined, and it was an investigation of about $30,000, that there were problems. They could be coming up. There were areas that should be treated.
Did they say it would take $4 million? And if they did, over what period of time?
If they did the full project, the scope of the work would have probably taken, I'm guessing, 8 months to a year. That's a guess.
Okay, now, so if you have a $4 million liability coming up, and they said your reserves were fine, do they have the $4 million in reserve?
No, but that's the question. They did not include that $4 million in our reserve study, so we look okay.
Okay, but what? Tell me this though: what incentive would an independent company have to leave that out, to make you look better than you are? What's their incentive?
To make us look better than we are.
But why? What's their incentive? I don't understand. They're going to get paid whether they make you look good or not. What is their incentive?
They're taking direction. I have no idea.
So do you think, wait. Do you think the HOA told them make us look good? Do you think the HOA didn't tell them? What do you see? You're telling me, but I don't know what you're telling me. Are you telling me there's something underhanded going on?
I'm just trying to find a legal definition of what they did.
Okay,
whether
listen.
it's misrepresentation or...
Hala, if they intentionally left out pertinent information and they were paid to do an accurate study, and they purposely left it out, it's negligent, okay? If the HOA didn't tell them about it, it's not their problem. That's what I'm saying. You're leaving so many holes in the story. There is no legal name for what they did because I don't know if they had the information. They can't discern it out of thin air. They ask questions.
Had the information.
What's
they
that?
Had the information.
How do you know they had the information?
Because I was there. I know. I told them. We've seen it. It's documented.
Okay, now here's what I want to know, Hala. Did you ask them or the HOA why this was left out of the reserve study?
Not yet.
Well, why don't you? Why don't you? Because I don't know what you're driving at. Here's the point. Whether they make you look good or not, what difference does it make? Here's what I want to know. What difference does it make? Do you understand why I'm asking? There's a reason I'm asking that, Hala. I promise you that I'll give you some information, but I got to take this break. Please hang on. There's a reason I asked that question. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America.
Well, I-70 reopened both directions up near Idaho Springs. Remember, they're going to be doing those 20-minute holds up there through the middle of the day intermittently for the next couple of weeks as they do that rock scaling project. So the eastbound lanes have reopened. Traffic's back to normal. Westbound traffic still a little heavy and slow getting over Floyd Hill. We get closer to town. We are still seeing that heavy traffic southbound I-25 passing downtown. That's just all volume. Otherwise looking good in and out of the Tech Center, I-70, 225, Boulder Turnpike, all wide open. Watch for a wreck at 104th and Grant. Denver weather today, sunny and cooler, high up to 74. It's 62 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHAL.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
You've heard me talk about Vestera Turnkey, the way to get involved in real estate, in renting, without having to be a landlord, completely managed, completely researched, completely babysat for you, where you can make a lot of money, up to doubling money in just 2 years. VesteraTurnkey.com. I'm going to tell you something, okay? There is another webinar coming up. This is great because it's like the previous seminar, but you don't have to leave your home. You can sign up for Zoom. It's on the 26th of October from VesteraTurnkey.com. But here's the website to go for to find out more about this upcoming webinar. MyBiggestReturn.com. MyBiggestReturn.com. Man, this is a great system. Now, let's talk about something else. Lazy Days RV. You want to talk about the RV Authority? Lazy Days. They have new and used RVs. They have every category of RV. They have service and maintenance facilities, and they are nationwide. So whatever you have done, wherever you have it done, you have a support system nationwide. The people we depend on to keep our RVs going, the RV Authority, LazyDays.com.
Arizona. Yep. Had a good time, too.
Hey, Mark, did I get it? Did I remember correctly? You sent me an email on doing...
I'll tell you at the next one. Say it again, Tom.
So you wanted me to do some more recorded Lazy Days, right, with national emphasis?
Get me a couple 30s for Lazy Days, but don't mention just Denver. Denver's in the
I get it.
Commercial too much.
I get it. Okay.
Numerous locations, nationwide, best service departments, and then really hammer the inventory and the experience. You're going to be happy leaving there. In fact, tag it at the end saying, when you leave there, it's not like those other places where you feel like they bent you over and gave it to you.
Oh, I'm going to say just that.
Michael will be here in a minute.
Okay.
Can I let him in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You mean from the Red Room?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when he says a minute, if he's driving that car, that could be an hour.
He was just around the corner.
You know,
I'm sorry, I blocked. I'm not going to go into it.
Chopper?
That was the most fucked up thing.
Now listen. Did you see all my comments?
I did, man. I did.
Well, listen. Here's the deal. That's a problem.
It's okay. I'm not going to get
into it. In fact, I'm going to
it.
take away the email.
It's been an issue.
I'm taking away the email.
I don't know what the deal is, man. Did they used to work together or something?
No. Just wait a sec. There's no excuse. Period. There's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. It's not the first time either. Something's going on that I don't understand.
Those are the most loyal, cute little dogs too. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's a cute pie. So we know what his mom is. His mom was a staffy, but he could be anything under the sun.
What's he What kind of dog?
What is it? Oh, is that your new one? Let me see it. I didn't see that.
I want to see it. Let's put it up. Give me a picture, and we'll do a survey.
What is it? A boxer?
No, his mom's a blue staffy. No clue what that is. We haven't run DNA on him. He's just adorable.
Where'd you get him?
Rescue out of Parker.
Email that over to Tom. I want to see if he can put it up.
Who, Tom?
We're gonna do a poll and see if you think the puppy's cute.
Well, here, let me find you a good picture.
Send it to me.
That's a good looking picture,
It looks
Steph.
like a clone of Don
Send it to Tom. He's got to put it up.
Where do I send it to Tom?
You don't know his email?
Oh, not in my phone. Tom?
Yeah, don't give it over.
No, I don't want to give it over.
Oh, yeah, that one?
Yeah, that's it.
I have it.
Old man 72 at troubleshooter.com.
Tom Martinez at depends.com.
Oh.
Tom Martinez. What?
Okay, I am. I'm giving Dimitri an email.
Okay, Ricardo Montalban, Mr. Rourke.
Since people can't spell Dimitri, let's make it easy. What do you want to make it?
He wants Dimitri.
He's got this pen where
he likes.
Come on, really? Do we want that? That's what you want your email to be, Dimitri at?
Give us the big D.
He says it's unbreakable. He says it's
people
just
know
not
how to
produce
spell
the
it.
water.
It's not what?
In other words, water can destroy it.
Oh, right.
And
oh no, if you want your name, I love your name. I'm just saying that it's like yeah. I
then he
just
starts messing
Now,
with the pen.
that's
say
Dimitri.
right?
Now that's
D-I-M
Spanish,
or
right?
D-E-M.
Oh,
If you ever
He's
get a chance to
Norwegian.
watch
Nielsen.
Oh, Leslie! Oh my gosh!
What's
that
your
is so funny.
what's that say?
but
First
you ever
world
get a chance to
problem.
Do that when we give out your. Never mind. If you use it, they
I used
respond
to
it.
love
It
that
doesn't
game.
matter. It doesn't
That's
matter.
the
You're
first
right. You're
game
absolutely right. I'm gonna
that
add you
Suzanne
right
and
now.
I. She was 16. I was 18,
DMI.
and we would sit around the house after work playing that stupid game.
See, I don't.
Both
see,
of us.
Nobody's
Hours
gonna know how
upon
to write
hours
to you.
on
No
Nintendo.
one's going to know how to write to you.
Original
I promise you,
Nintendo.
but it's okay. I'll.
What?
What was it, Bong or Pac-Man?
6:30 K-How.
Hold on. Yes. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So we're giving Deputy D an Indian email, right? And he wanted his name on there. And I don't mind, Dimitri at troubleshooter.com. But I want to ask my YouTube morons and everyone else, how would you spell Dimitri? Okay, Mark, so I used to spell it D-I-M-I-T-R-I, right? He said, no, there's no I in the beginning, so it's D-M-I-T. But then there's a Y at the end. I would never spell it D-M-I-T-R-Y. I mean, I know that's how it's spelled because that's his name, but I don't know. Doc, would you know how to spell Dimitri?
Let me tell you how
but he
this
must
is
have had-
solved.
he must have had woke parents who were just trying to be different.
No,
with his
I don't
name.
think it was different. I think it's traditional Russian, isn't it?
None of it
Dimitri, is it
matters.
traditional? I mean, let me go to a wide shot here of
None
all
of it
us.
matters.
That
Why?
spelling was picked by some immigration officer in New York City.
Yeah, but none of
I
it.
stuck with it.
Guys, none of it matters.
What do you mean none of it?
When you create his email, spell it 50 different ways, but they all go to the correct spelling and from the correct spelling. You know that. Just like mine is Mark with a C and a K.
Okay, I can do alternates, you mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all under the same email. You get it.
Yeah, I know. They're called, yeah, whatever. Okay,
I
I'm
just
Tom
wanna know
Martino.
Who let Dimitri into the country?
We have more coming up.
All right.
People will be mostly responding to my emails so that we won't have to worry about spelling.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So I don't care. I'm going to put down what you want.
And that way I won't look shady.
No, we're going to do it. I'm doing it right now.
Did he say that was Russian?
Yeah. Oh, someone said
I thought it was Italian.
No, Dimitri is. I always thought Dimitri was a Greek name.
You're right. Its origin is in Greek Demetrius.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's
so
a
are
very
you Greek or Russian or both? Or you
no,
just
I'm
an
Russian.
illegal-
It's a very popular name in Russia.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, they have very strong cultural
So it's
ties. with Greece.
DMITRY.
Well, I knew you'd be. So
how
most
old- how
people,
old were you when they sucked
most
you into the
people can
country,
go
Dimitri?
out, drive down the road, get their car washed, and come back and say, "Well, it's been 2 hours." So I would say most people can do it in 20 minutes. But I forgot how slow that fucking Camaro is. You must have been tagging what 2 miles an hour down the road. I got to take this real quick. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Tom, you know what I realized?
What's that?
Did you
It
break
is- it
down
is
halfway there?
impossible- It is absolutely impossible to have a conversation with anybody else if Mark
What's
is
going on,
talking.
man?
He is the loudest person
Did you see all
I've
the
ever known in
all
my
the
entire
listings
life.
we got?
It
These-
over, have you
these
noticed
pricks.
that?
I got the escort service on referral list
to
now.
get in the first time.
What were the other
Really?
ones? Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
So let me just.
Where do they come in from? I might have deleted them already. God, they're funny though. I was like, all right, we got our first automated one for so and so's escort service.
To get in. And here's where you get in.
Yeah, it wasn't even good. It sounded like Bob's or something.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. I'd stay away from it. I'm just going to search escort. I love it. We knew we'd have to work some bugs out live. I mean, there was no way. So this one is
Julie.
yeah, Julie. I'm looking for the listing ones though. That's a escort listing.
Log in now. Make sure you get in there.
I sent him the second pictures better.
Must have deleted them.
Mark.
What's that?
I sent him a better picture. The
Oh,
list-
cool. Tom, put up that dog.
The second.
Oh, okay. You sent it to me?
We're having a poll on what.
Did you send it to me? How'd she send it to me? Hello?
Steph, was it
Hold
an
on,
email?
Tom.
Was it an email?
Yes, I
or-
emailed him to him.
Oh, I got it. Got it.
Listing. Here's what else.
It's better.
This could break the camera.
Hey, Joe. Hey, what's up? I missed you. What's up?
We can hear you, by the way.
Yeah, talk to me, baby. Yeah.
What kind of just a mix?
Yeah, I got it for the thing. Yeah, I'm going to get
yeah.
commercials done for it over the weekend. Yep. We're going to start pushing that hard as hell starting next week, brother.
Who is that, Mark?
Yeah, he is a cute dog.
Yep. Yep, sounds good, man. Later.
Mark, who is that?
Keanu. We're doing a movie event at the end of the month.
Oh. Did you send me the stuff yet? Please send it to me.
Yeah, I will. I just got it literally today. Or last night. Hold on here. Listing. So we finally got the new site up, Tom, where people can go create their own listing, you know? Okay, here we go. DME, billing services. The first one we got that came in, we've got 4 automated sign-ins. We've got some bugs
Really?
to work out.
Very cool, Mark.
Odyssey
Thank you.
design hosting.
Very cool.
But wait, there's one that's great. Hold on. Damn it.
We got to start advertising it, though, bro. When are we going to...
Well, we still got bugs we're working out.
Oh, okay.
It finally went live. God dang it. What was it called?
It was something escort.
It was, we got an escort service on referral list.
Okay, so listen.
I'm going to get you an endorsement deal.
So listen, when do you want this ugly dog up?
Put it up now, and I'm going to put a poll up.
The ugly dog? Well, I got to come back and explain. I'm not going to open the show with it.
Why?
Well, come on. I'm not opening the show with it. I'll put it up, but come on.
No. I'm saying put it up right now. You got 4 minutes. They'll look at it. I'll put up the poll.
That's right. We don't have the public. You're right. Okay, ready? I'm doing it. There it goes.
And then Mike's going to send you a picture of his Camaro, too.
That's ugly. I know
Send him a
that.
picture of your Camaro for real.
What
I
a
do.
cute, actually, it's a cute dog, man. What's the dog's name?
What's
Ask
the
her.
dog's name?
Odin.
Odin.
you didn't.
The second picture, though, it's cuter. Anyway, hey, you're.
Use the second
Fingerprints are
picture,
all
she
over
said.
the damn-
That's, ask her if this is the one.
Is that the one?
Which one?
On YouTube, right here.
Yes, that's the one. Somebody says,
How much is it?
We pay $175 a month for 2 lines.
Yeah, but you have all kinds of.
No, we don't. It's just phone.
For how much?
$175 a month.
Oh, Lord.
Because our tech, our everything is totally different. Our internet, everything.
Do you think this dog is cute?
Of course.
Actually, I'm going to phrase it a different way. Do you think this dog is ugly?
Yes.
Oh, for
as
sure.
hell?
For sure.
See, that's, I could work for the Biden administration
Whose
coming
dog
up
is
with
that?
polls.
996
Whose dog?
9,000.
That's their new pup.
Oh.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.
Let's see.
That's
Take care.
stinking
Chris
cute.
Cartwright says, that dog is ugly as
Stephanie's,
hell.
Right? They put up Stephanie's dog?
Deputy Dollar says, holy shit, I froze like I looked at Medusa. Todd says, is that a cat or a dog?
That's mean.
Now, did you send him a picture of that Camaro?
Yeah, I got it.
Put that up, too. We'll do that maybe next break, but I want people's honest
it should
opinion.
Be a picture of
Honest
our car
opinion. Come on.
Yeah,
Which one
it's
is
the
cooler?
slowest Camaro ever made.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And on top of that, it's a stick shift, so it's not even fast at shifting gears.
Oh, it is, because I'm doing it.
Yeah. Mike says that's a good picture. God damn.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That is a good picture.
I just got to download it from my.
Yeah, put that up during the next break.
I will.
Wow, that is a good picture.
I just got to take it off here and put it
I
on
mean,
my desktop.
If
first.
that same background and everything, if that was my Tesla, it would be a fantastic picture.
Oh, I bet you the Tesla can beat the shit out of it, but of course.
Saw your car out there?
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting there listening to Mark Dawn on it.
It is the. Okay, first of all, my Tesla is so much faster, and like I was saying before, the difference is I don't even have to drive to beat him. I can just tell the car, go beat Mike, and then pick me up down the road.
Yes. Go beat Mike and then bring me to lunch later. 10 seconds, guys. Beer me time.
$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Let me just get that button so I can get our faces up. Yeah, we're here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. And we have, of course, all of our peeps with us today. We have Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We have Stephanie Thomas, StephanieRE.com. Stephanie is a real estate broker in the Springs. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is Denver Metro and beyond. And then we have Deputy Doc there, and we have Mark Major, of course. And then I only see hands to the right. Who is that right there? Who's in the studio besides?
That's Mikey.
Oh, Mikey's here. Okay, we got a picture of his ugly car we're posting, but
it matches that ugly dog.
Now, the ugly dog is a cute dog. Now, that car, other than being slow, it's a nice car. I mean,
it looks nice. It's one of those. It's one of those things that looks really good.
Now,
it's like a really good-looking woman.
I took
but
the dog down, but
personality sucks.
I'm going to put the dog back up because I think there's the dog.
Explain to people what we're even talking about.
Anyway,
as far as YouTube.
for those on our YouTube stream, Stephanie Thomas was bragging about how cute her dog was, and we wanted to do.
He is cute.
And we want to do a poll on it, and that's Mikey's dog too, Mikey and Stephanie. So, and Mikey does our IT and a lot of IT stuff. And so, anyway, there's the doggy and Odin, and then we're going to show a picture of that ugly car in a minute. 303
slow ugly car.
Yeah. 303-713-8255. By the way, whatever, we can do this, by the way, with any problem. If you send us photos of the problem itself, we will post them for those streaming the show as well and for downloading later. So let's go back to Hala. And we had Hala on about her HOA. Now, I'm not trying to be a wise guy here, but what I'm saying is usually when there's something bad going on, there's usually a reason. So she said they hired a company, the HOA hired a company to do a reserve study of their finances to see if they had to do any assessments in the future or where they stand financially on cash flow. And this company left out a $4 million, what's called contingent liability. What a contingent liability means is it's probably going to happen soon. Should you include it? Well, that depends. If the HOA told them to include it, they should include it. If the HOA said leave it out, they should leave it out. But obviously, with $4 million of contingent liability, if you left it out, it would show you have adequate reserves for insurance deductibles and deferred maintenance and whatever else should happen. Okay? Well, most HOAs, by the way, for condos and townhomes, are going to find they don't have enough in reserves because most insurance companies now are either not insuring the roof or insuring it for ACV, actual cash value, or huge deductibles. So that alone would cause havoc with HOAs. But Hala, may I ask, why did your HOA do this study to begin with? What was the reason for it?
We do it. We do it consistently every 3 to 5 years.
You guys are pretty smart to do that. Did they take into consideration deductibles? Like, did your insurance change lately about deductibles?
No.
Okay. Are you on the board,
no.
Hala?
No.
Okay.
I've been on the board, but I'm not now.
No, you sound knowledgeable. That's why I asked. Okay. So they left out the $4 million contingent liability that they knew about. Were they given instruction to do a reserve study without that in it?
I am not privy to what they told the
Well, that would be important.
company.
Because if you could
yes, of
show,
course.
if you could show that this company, this accounting firm, and whether it's really an accounting firm, but that's what they are. They accounted for this.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
If this accounting firm did an HOA reserve study and left out a $4 million contingent liability, which showed an artificial surplus.
Only because they didn't have the information. Only because they were not given the information.
Who did not give them? I thought you said they were given the information.
No, that's the whole thing. They were not given the information. It should have been divulged as the package, but it wasn't. So now,
Okay,
here
so
we're
the
getting-
HOA is the one that did not give the information.
Correct.
Okay, now I understand. Was the HOA trying to hide it or look good? Is that why they did that?
Well, I'm logically, if you add in X amount of money and you come out in the red or beyond the red, then you must assess going forward what you have to do to correct. Which
Yeah,
means
and the HOA maybe didn't want to tackle the subject of assessments.
correct.
Could
Correct.
be. Now,
So I just want to know what you would call this. It's an omission. It's
that's right.
contingent liability.
Hold on, you
It's
just said
negligent.
it. It's not negligent on the accounting firm.
No.
It is negligent and omissions of the board members.
Correct.
Which, by the way, most HOA agreements and bylaws indemnify those board members from this. So, in other words, you can't actually go after them. And Hala, to be honest with you, this may sound strange to you. While it is wrong, it's not creating any damages. There are no damages. In other words, see, I want you to understand this concept, and I hope those listening will understand this. Let's say they included the $4 million contingent liability, and therefore there was going to be an assessment to each owner in the next 2 years of $5,000. Let's just say that. Or more, whatever. $10,000. let's say if they included the $4 million liability, there would be an assessment needed of 10 grand. Now, by the HOA leaving it out, it did not damage anyone. They're not going to have to pay more than 10 grand. It was going to be 10 grand, whether they included it or not. So where is the damage? Because yes, you could have emissions, but what is the damage? What is the consequence of leaving it out? Hala?
Well, Tom, now that you point out the damages clause, at this point we have none, but we could in the future.
Now you wouldn't have damages in the future. You would have an assessment that was going to come whether they included it or not. The fact that you weren't warned about it is not a damage.
So then I guess the next question is, during a sale of real estate, does this have to be listed?
Now
as a
there,
manufacturer?
Hala. Hold on. Now let's delve deeper. Let's say that you guys, one of you sell your condo, and the buyer wants to know, although buyers, Frank and Stephanie, I want to ask you straight up, did you ever have a buyer, or did you guys ever look into the HOA to see if there are contingent liabilities for future assessments?
When I go to list a townhome,
not list, that would not be relevant.
This is how I.
Okay,
yeah,
go
this
ahead.
is how I find it. I always go and I ask, because if we know of something, we do have to make disclosure.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you go to buy one for someone.
We get provided information, but honestly, unless they disclose it to us,
That's
we
right.
wouldn't know.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. But do you ask about contingent liabilities?
Yes, Tom, and we also ask for the meetings minutes if they have any copies or any rumblings of any special assessments coming up. That's a biggie. So anytime we work with a buyer, that's the first thing we ask
now
on an HOA.
Okay, good. So if somebody went to buy a unit there, Hala, and they discover there is a future assessment coming, and they decide not to buy there, no one caused that. It was going to happen anyway. So if it was disclosed, the person probably wouldn't buy. And if it was not disclosed and the buyer discovered it, they would probably not buy. Now, here's the one time I could see a damage. Let's say that you're selling your unit, Hala, and I go to buy your unit, and no one mentions this assessment, and I am relying on a faulty reserve study. So I buy the unit, and in 2 years or a year and a half, I'm assessed with $10,000. And I'm really pissed. And I say, you know what? I wouldn't have bought this place had I known I had to pay 10 grand in a year and a half or a year. And I would look for a cause. And if I found out that that information was withheld by the HOA, I would possibly want to go for damages. My damages would be, I wouldn't have bought the damn place, and I don't want to pay the 10 grand. I think that could haunt people. And Hala, maybe I come after you too because you sold it to me without disclosing it. Of course, you could say I didn't know about it, but see, maybe you did know about it. It would get really messy. So I can see where that would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the more important question, Hala, is what do you do about it? Is the HOA willing to redo the study, including that information? Or perhaps they don't believe they're going to have to redo their sewer. Maybe they said, hey, that's just someone's opinion. We don't agree with it.
Well, that will play out in the future.
Well, you now, having knowledge of this, you will have to tell somebody who buys your place.
Correct.
And by the way, how many units are in there?
250.
250?
Yeah.
And Tom, it's probably important to note too, in the contract 16.2 association assessments, it says any special assessment assessed prior to closing by the association will be the obligation of, and then there's a box buyer seller. except date of buyer's signature herein, whether assessed prior to the date or after closing, will be the obligation of the seller. Unless otherwise specified in additional provisions, seller represents there are no unpaid regular or special assessments against the property except the current regular assessments and...
Well, and that's right, Frank, because there isn't one. And there won't be one until they decide to redo the sewers. And guess what? That's going to be $16,000 per unit. $16,000. So, Hala, tell me this. What if they say, you know what, this is going to happen within the next 24 months, right? So what if they said to each homeowner, what if they did disclose it, and they said to each homeowner, you know what, guys, your HOA monthly fees are now going to go up $666 a month for the next 2 years. What would the homeowners do there? What is your monthly fee now?
That all varies. Every unit is different.
What is it, roughly? For you? Huh?
$480.
Okay, so if it went up to over $1,000, what would the homeowners do there?
I am not sure because, as usual, there's a lack of participation in any type of meeting or...
Look,
homeowners just don't seem to...
I'm going to tell you something right now. I would never, ever, ever own a condo or a townhome right now.
Again.
Now, here's why. Here's why. Not because they're not great ideas. They are great ideas. But the homeowners all want to pay as low as they can in HOA fees and somehow believe those HOA fees are somehow going to some invisible third party who's in Tahiti partying. And those HOA fees are for maintenance of the facility they live in. And they are in lieu of painting your home and fixing up your home and redoing the sewer in your home and having to do a panel upgrade in your home or the HVAC in your home. People don't understand that. So as a result, they make it hard for the HOA board to raise fees. Then when an emergency comes up or a contingent liability or an insurance loss comes up, they're short the money. And all of a sudden an assessment comes out. And I get a phone call saying, I don't want to pay this assessment. How can they do this to me? And I say, they are not doing it to you. It's your place. You're doing it to yourself. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Does that make sense? Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? Don Jr. here to tell you that every day the IRS is sending out thousands of lien notices to hardworking Americans like yourself. As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Call.
At time, you get about 10 seconds, and Mark says, put up the Camaro picture.
Professionals can help you solve your tax matters once and for all.
Call Tax Network USA at 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com.
Hi, let's talk about something that I love talking about, and that is ZeroResDenver.com, because I love their cleaning. Now, carpet cleaning is primary for them. They use nothing but softened, super purified water, alkaline base. That's the best cleaning agent in nature. I swear to you, this is wonderful. Takes out all the crap from your carpets, all the previous cleanings, all the pathogens and allergens and dirt and grime and grease and oil. Yes, that's what powerful water can do. And then they also do ductwork, and they do all kinds of cleaning of flat surfaces, tile and grout, upholstery, and even drapes. Now, listen to this. Mattresses. Yep. ZeroResDenver.com. Get Zero Resified. ZeroResDenver.com. You'll see why I'll never have anyone else in my home. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. Right now, it's an important time to call Integra Insurance. INTEGRA, Integra. The licensed qualified insurance brokers that get health insurance for you without adding a penny to the premium. No, all of those costs are paid. You don't save money going direct to the company. You should have Integra help you. They've helped me. It's crazy to do it yourself. They can help you with regular health insurance, subsidized health insurance, tax credits with health insurance. They can help you with Medicare supplements, or Medicare Advantage. You need to call them 303-466-5500. There's a limited time toward the end of the year here. Call them, get lined up, get the right plans for you. 303-466-5500, IntegraInsurance.com. DiscountBath.com, the name says it all. That's where you get baths at a discount. You know, I like Chris and the team over at DiscountBath.com, and when you go to that website, you'll see why. You fill out some information, they send you a link, and then you can upload video. It is so cool to do. DiscountBath.com, they give you a price without visiting you. Now, if you want to do that hallway bath, a hallway bath, you want to do maybe another bath, you want to do a Jack and Jill bath, you want to do a primary bedroom, master bedroom bath, you want to do that rough in the basement bath, whatever. They'll give you a price and you'll love it. Or do a shower conversion right now. Their special is $9,888. If you sign up now, $9,888. DiscountBath.com. Okay, I'll put it up.
Picture of that.
I will. Okay, let me do it right this second. Let me get rid of this ugly dog. I'm just kidding. I love that dog.
I pulled up Denver, guys. There was 1,026 active listings, all of Denver condos, and only 225 under contract. That's how lopsided it is. It's bad.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're definitely seeing some days on market. I should print this a minute ago, but I pulled.
Mikey.
Colorado Springs. Well, I just pulled it while I was sitting here. Days on market. And numbers active, which is up.
All right, I'm putting the poll up now on the Camaro.
Here it comes.
Slow.
So
I'm just
Khalid
going to
reminded
center
me
it.
of something. So years ago, I had an internet company, okay? And it was really strange, but I had a
There it is.
T1
It's up now, by the
for
way.
our authentication server in my house. So I was out of town, and Talib comes over to basically make sure everything's going good. It's basically a computer room. So he's over there, and he stops at Safeway and buys this big old rotisserie chicken, man. Beautiful, glistening, gorgeous chicken. And he brings it back to the house. It's just him at our house. Suzanne and I are gone. And we had these big countertops. This was in Clark Farms in Parker. So he pushes it way back into the corner where there's no way anything's going to get it. And we had a Doberman at the time that weighed 110 pounds. This Dobie was a big boy, man.
Oh,
Huge
God.
Doberman.
Dobie was so cute.
So Talib goes in to take a piss in the bathroom, washes his hands, whatever, comes back out. The chicken is gone. Dobie ate the poor man's chicken 100%. And here we are 25 years later, and I still hear about how I owe him a fucking chicken.
Yup.
Oh, man.
All right, there, the poll is up, everybody.
Mike's car.
Yep. Here's the poll question. Do you think Mike should keep this clunker? Followed by, do you think this car should be returned for a refund?
That's too funny.
So we'll see what the polls say.
Okay.
I told. See, I look at it completely different, though. Should he keep it? No. Should it be returned? Yes.
10 seconds.
Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. All right, John, what's going on with Walmart and Straight Talk? John.
Yes, Tom.
Yes, sir.
I'm having some problems. I'm having difficulty with an iPhone 12 and Straight Talk's Silver plan. which is unlimited data. And Walmart has a promotion where if you buy,
it's Walmart. Is Walmart the only one that offers that smart thing?
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The promotion is buy a brand new iPhone 12 for $299, and that's how you qualify for 12 months of a reduced rate of Straight Talk, which is regular $45 a month for unlimited data, and the promotion price is $20 a month. So it's a pretty good deal.
And that is the only reason you bought it?
Yes, that's the only reason I bought it, and I changed from a different.
So you bought an iPhone 12 on Walmart Straight Talk plan with unlimited data for the introductory offer, and you didn't get it.
Yes, that's correct.
And it was was it an even $20 a month, or is it $19.99? What is it?
It's an even $20 a month, and they advertise that this saves you $25.
Yeah, so basically, here's how it reads. I'm right on Straight Talk's site, so everybody understands. So you buy the phone for whatever. It doesn't say the price of it, but an iPhone 12. Their normal price for the silver plan is $45 a month. But because you bought the phone at Walmart and you're signing up, your first year or first 12 months, you get a $25 credit towards your bill, which would bring your monthly bill to $20 a month instead of $45. Is that correct?
Yes,
yeah. And it's for how long, Mark? How long does the $20?
Only for the first 12 months, then it goes to the $45 a month.
Okay. So tell me why they're not honoring it.
Okay, I'm 3 months into this. They keep charging me full price.
Why?
Every time
why?
Call Straight Talk. If we call them right now, the customer service person says, "I don't know anything about this. I'm sorry."
Are you kidding me?
Wow, that's like that's a horrible answer. That's crazy.
There's no credit. I've asked Walmart.
What does Walmart say?
I just got off the phone with Walmart I've asked them. They've helped me several times.
Who are we going to put on this? Somebody tenacious who's going to sink their teeth into this crap, because this gives me a headache thinking about it.
I'll talk to him.
You're
nice, Doc.
Doc.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
More power to you. If you can get a hold of someone at Walmart or somewhere to set this straight, more power to you, bro.
I will do my best.
Okay.
Wow, what a crazy deal.
Deputy, listen, John, let's have you work with Deputy Doc off the air, see what we can accomplish, okay, bro? Hang on.
Thank
you. All right. Hey, Marty, what's going on with that, with your son?
All right.
Hey.
Let me start out real quick.
Yeah.
I am in hospice. He is my main caregiver. He is a wounded warrior. He's got like 99% disability. The VA is trying to get him over 100.
What's your son's first name?
Martin.
What is it?
Martin.
Okay,
Martin.
Got it. Okay, so tell me what we can do for you and Martin.
Okay. He found out that his life, that he said he surrendered his license in February.
His driver's license?
Driver's license. He has his truck driving he spent 4 years over there in the sandbox. But he has a home in Hawaii, and he's here with me.
Why did he give up his license? I'm just curious. Why did he give up his license?
He didn't. Nobody notified him.
Now, when you say you're talking about his regular driver's license, it expired?
No, it wasn't expired.
Okay.
It's not expired.
Help me out here, Marty. I'm just trying to understand. So your son, who's he's your primary caregiver. Are you in home hospice or at a facility?
I'm in the home hospice.
Okay, at
When
home.
He goes back home.
And he obviously needs his driver's license in order to help you, right?
Yeah.
When did he find out? I want to know this. When did he find out his license was gone? They said he surrendered it, but he never did, right?
Never did, and they never notified him.
And you're talking about the state motor vehicle department, right?
Yes, DMV.
But how did he find out to begin with? Let me ask you this: how did he find out his license was voluntarily, whatever he did, whatever they said he did?
He was talking to a police officer. He didn't get stopped. He has no tickets or anything else. But the police officer said there's something wrong with your tags. It might be your over the road.
Hold on. Are we talking about his tags or his driver's license?
His driver's license.
Okay. So basically, to make a long story short, his driver's license was surrendered by him according to DMV, but he never did it.
No, he never did it. And
why can't he simply get it reinstated?
All right, yes, he can. You know what he's got to do? Start all over like a kid. He's 62 years old.
Are you saying you don't think he could pass the written and the driver's test?
But he has to do everything. He has to take driver's school.
No, you don't have to take driver's school. I mean, Marty, what record did they have of him surrendering his license? Do you know?
That's all I know. That he checked with them.
Hey, can we talk? Can we just, you're in hospice, home care. You need to just rest and enjoy life. Let us talk to your son directly. Does he know you're calling us?
Yes, he knows, and he doesn't want me to.
So he won't. Wait. Are you saying he won't cooperate with us?
Now, just a second. Let me ask Martin. Just a second. Let me get over it.
Ask him to get on the phone.
Hey, Tom, I have a comment, if that's okay.
Go ahead, Steph.
So we have a family member who has some disabilities and wasn't able to go do jury duty, got a doctor's note to excuse him from that. And in turn, they took his driver's license. So is that something maybe that this gentleman has experienced?
Oh.
No.
Is Martin there? Can we talk to Martin?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Martin. Martin, did you ever get called for jury duty?
No. I'll give you the Reader's Digest.
Go ahead, sir. Give us the Reader's Digest. Go ahead.
I had my state ID in Hawaii, have had since 2006. I have dual residency, Colorado and Hawaii, and back and forth taking care of my parents. And there was an accident. No, not my fault. Just the other day. And the law enforcement officer said, I ran your license. They don't expire till 2005. So, they're commercial license, commercial driver's license. He ran it and he said, it says that it's pending or something. He wasn't certain himself. He said, call DMV, see what's going on. And I said, sure thing. I called DMV and they said that I'd surrendered my license in February. I said, I never surrendered my license. They said, well, you can't have a state ID in another state and a driver's license in this state. And I said, well, I was never notified of anything.
Okay, so when you got your ID in Hawaii, they automatically suspended your license or they revoked it here?
No. I've had that ID since 2006.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into the state park.
How did this suddenly happen then? What did they say?
Yeah, they said that they were doing a canvassing, and they found in February of last year that I had a state ID in another state, and they said you can either have a state ID or a driver's license. and it has to be in one state. So basically, and my father's concerned. I said, hey, if I got to surrender my state ID for Hawaii, I don't care. It's just I wish I'd have known about this before February, so I didn't have to go through the whole testing process.
I get it.
And that's what stinks.
So right now, you can get your license back, but you have to go through a whole bunch of trouble.
Pretty much, yes. And I'm sorry that my father called you. I didn't want him to.
Yeah, but we want to help you, Martin. Martin, you know, what you're in the service. You were over there in 4 to 5 years, and you come back to this, and you're trying to take care of your dad. I mean, we want to try to help you if we can. You know, let's see if we can get your license reinstated. The official purpose of your license being revoked, it helps us that it wasn't for a violation. It wasn't for jury duty. It wasn't for anything, right? It was for the fact that they discovered that you had an ID in Hawaii, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have a Hawaii driver's license?
No, absolutely not. That's
Okay.
No, I do not have a Hawaii driver's license. Like I said, I had dual.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. By the way, really, when you say dual citizen, they're really dual residency, yes, but there's no official document that makes it dual residency. Nobody keeps track of that. What they do keep track of is this: you can only have a voter registration at one address, and you can only have jury duty at one address, and you can only have a driver's license at one address. And what happened, obviously, is they consider an ID a substitute for a driver's license. So when when they did an audit of the records, it looks like you have two licenses. I understand it's not. It's an ID. But to them, you shouldn't have both an ID and a license in different states. Okay? You can only have one ID or one license. You can't have both in different states. In fact, you can't have both in the same state. I can see where it was an innocent mistake on your part, Martin. You just got an ID out there. But let me ask you, why did you get an ID out there if you had a Colorado driver's license?
We're going to take a break.
Because I have a home out there, and what they have is what's called Kama Aina rates. You have the tourist rates.
I get you. No, I get you. You did it to take advantage of the pricing. I get it. We have to take a break. We'll be right back.
That could almost be voter fraud.
More coming up. Unintentionally, yeah.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
We're still seeing that heavy and slow traffic westbound I-70, working yourself over Floyd Hill. That's all the residual slowing from that earlier stoppage they had up there for the rock scaling project. The highway's open, just a tough time recovering. Now we're getting word of a crash at I-70 and Central City Parkway. So we'll try and get a better look on that. Closer to town, the drive looking pretty good as we head into our lunch hour. Eastbound 270, a little slow down from I-76. I-25 up and down in pretty good shape. Watch for that wreck at 104th and Grant. It's backing up those westbound lanes. Denver weather for today, lots of sunshine, but cooler, high up to 74. It's 62 degrees now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Gravina's has the greatest windows. You remember that commercial?
Love it.
Larry Gravina. Nobody beats Gravina's, but nobody. Anyway, we love the Gravina family, and the guys on West Evans are the people that have been on referral lists for years. If you're looking for windows, 50 lines of windows. We're talking about a lot of windows. And they have many lines of siding and doors and French doors and sliders and entry doors. GravinaWindows.com. Great pricing, great people, great heritage. They've been around since 88. In fact, the dad started in 72. And then, of course, Gravina Windows and Siding started in 88. 303-472-8462. All right.
Did you see the results of the poll, Tom?
Yeah, let me see.
55% people think Mike's car is slow, and 44% do not think it's cool.
Yeah, the way you worded that is ingenious, you jerk. Mikey, he screwed you, bro. Oh, man.
It's the same thing Democrats do.
I got to get these two
Do you
spots.
think Kamala Harris is okay or great? That's the poll
I think
question.
she's okay. She's not terrible.
That's the poll question.
So we're done with Marty. I'm going to give this to Deputy Dimitri.
I think it might be illegal to have two IDs.
No,
like
it
that.
is, but
because you're on two voter registrations.
I know. He's going to say he didn't know it because one was an ID and one was a license.
See if he's on our side or not. I mean, if he can vote in two places and he's a Trumper.
Yeah, but he doesn't know if he can.
Then you're okay with it.
Then it's okay.
Or
If
if
he's a
he-
Democrat, I want you to call somebody.
Well, if he lives in Illinois, he automatically votes twice.
That's true.
If somebody wants to send me his son's phone number, I'll give him a call
she's
and
got a
help him out.
shitload. I was going to shoot home, pick her up, and then we'll meet in Castle
they
Rock.
have to listen to me do this because they're all
Where do you
talking.
guys want to go?
That's what we were just asking.
You want to grab a beer in town first and hit a restaurant, or what do you want to do? We can go to that one that's got wine, too, because I know you don't drink beer. We have some wine?
I'll have a glass of wine.
And tequila wine.
Tequila wine? Margarita wine?
It's a really strange Boilermaker. It's 8 ounces of wine with a shot of tequila.
Doesn't even sound good.
That's an interesting
It sounds horrible.
So, Mark, what I was going to tell your neighbor what they should do
Yeah.
is withdraw the listing for 30 days. MLS rules will let them go on with a fresh number after 30 days. It's getting stale. Have them reevaluate that price, go back on as a fresh listing.
Hold on one. Hey, Tom, can you take us off
Update
YouTube just for a second?
Yeah, they're going to bitch like
Tell me
Mo.
what, just for a second.
All right, go ahead.
You can put us. Talk about a nightmare.
Can I go back?
Saved on in the. Oh.
Can I go back?
Yeah, you can go back. $9,000. His mortgage is $9,000 a month.
Hey, Frank, that guy I told you about 30 days, not one showing, is my neighbor.
Right there where you're at?
No,
Frank,
I
put
mean
on
our
your,
other neighbor, my other neighborhood.
Oh, over in
a prime neighborhood.
Because then it's overpriced. Can you hear Tom?
Now I can. Hi,
Yeah.
Tom.
I
He's
don't
saying,
think. I don't
go
know if
ahead,
it's
Tom. Say it again.
Frank, next door to Steph is a house, and it was listed by his buddy. And not one showing. It's been 30 days.
Hey, is that the buddy that Excel Roofing dealt with at one point?
No. Okay. This is the doctor on the other side.
Oh wow. Yeah,
And
he should
listen,
at least have some
Doc.
traction by now.
I mean, Frank. On this, on the listing, I don't know, man. It's he had the house done really well. I don't think it's outpriced the neighborhood at all. He had an open house one time, but the only people that went were the neighbors.
Well, see, that's the problem with open houses. Nobody's screened. It's just people walking.
All
out
the
for a
nosy
nice-
people from the
Oh,
neighborhood
yeah.
went.
Well, of course.
Nice Sunday stroll. That's all you really get, you know.
You have sausage and cheese.
Sausage and cheese and donuts. or
Cookies
whatever.
and milk, man.
When I was young and I didn't know any better, that's what I used to do when I started out. And I learned quick. It's just the neighbors you're inviting in. And realtors do it just to get leads.
Or at some point, you got to worry about thieves, man, don't you?
Oh, my gosh. Anymore. Yeah. You
I
hear
can't
about-
even imagine just having strangers
10 seconds,
by
guys.
the dozens walking through.
Yeah.
For details about credit costs and terms.
Auto accident? Find out what your case is worth. Search Attorney John Fuller.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
888heating.com, $45 cleaning and check of your furnace. And these are great people. They also do great high efficiency and hybrid systems, 888heating.com. And if you need any kind of stem cell therapy, denverregen.com. I'm telling you, I can testify to the fact that they do a great job.
Dr. Joel.
Yeah, no, seriously, denverregen.com. The guys are really good and economical as well, denverregen.com. Let's talk to Marty and Martin, we'd like Deputy D over here, Dimitri, to get in touch with you off the air and try to help you if you want, Martin. Do you want us to try to help get that license reinstated?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. But he blew off the handle because you said it might be, they considered it.
No, he didn't mean that you did it intentionally. But
No, I didn't mean that at all, man. I'm saying the reason one of the many reasons they don't allow multiple IDs from different states is that means you could vote in two different states.
It looks like fraud. I'm not saying you did this intentionally. I think you thought, wait a minute, I can't get a license here. I have one in Colorado. I'll have to get an ID here. And I know exactly why you did it, but I think it's being interpreted as either fraud or not allowed. And so, Kachina, get his information, forward it to Deputy D, who, by the way, now has a troubleshooter.
We might have somebody. Is he trying to get the license in
Colorado?
Reinstated. In Colorado.
Yes.
We have someone, I believe Suzanne does, at DMV. This might be a good way to backdoor that, actually.
Let's try, but Dimitri's on standby. Brian, what's going on with you? Brian, welcome to the show. What's happening?
Hey, we got to take a break. Call again. I got a question about hiring an attorney for an auto accident that does not have any injuries.
What are you trying to get out of it? What is your goal, Brian?
About getting $15,000 or more for a vehicle that got damaged by running a stop sign.
Okay, are they claiming they're not guilty and it was your son's fault?
No, in fact, he admitted that he did it. To the officer, they gave him a ticket. I think he went to court, and I just talked to my son just the other day, and he apparently has got a court date now, taking that guy to court. And he has contacted the...
Yeah, but hold on. You say, why do you have to hire an attorney? Do you have a judgment?
Not yet. No.
All right, hold on. I'll come right back to you. I'm sorry I got behind here. Hold on, and we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. What spots, bro?
Impact traffic.
Sorry, Become the Banker. Sheridan. Euro Plumbing.
Westbound
Thank
Hidden
you.
Valley.
Sorry, I was in the midst of typing.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Good.
Has stopped up traffic back from Clear Creek. Some pretty major delays for folks heading out west into the mountains. Into town, a pretty standard drive, I-25 north and southbound. No complaints through the metro area. Back to I-70 eastbound, this time to DIA. You're going to see some busy traffic starting at Havana to Pena Boulevard. South of there, 225 north and southbound, easy driving through Aurora and the Denver Tech Center. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, cooler than what we're used to with a high of 74 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 44. Tomorrow warming right back up to start the weekend with a high of 84. The current temperature in Denver is 64 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Hey, Mark, is Mark listening or not, Dragon? I wanted to ask him about Joe Ciano. I think he's having another seminar coming up. I heard you talking to him about it. Is Mark listening? I guess no one's listening to me. Okay. Mark, are you listening? Okay. Anyway, I want you to come. Yeah. When is this?
Okay, I'm losing it. I swear we just went to break.
We are on break right now. I'm asking you about the next seminar that Joe Ciano's having. He was talking to you about it. Did you have a date for that yet? I want people to mark their calendars. Anyway, forget it. Listen, folks, if you want to find out more, mymoneymyway.com. You can always call Joe. He's having an upcoming seminar, 303-779-6600. He does fixed indexed annuities and also overfunding life insurance to create income during retirement. That is mymoneymyway.com, 303-779-6600. If you're looking for deals in water heaters, you'll never find anything better than europlumbingcolorado.net. You can get a 40-gallon tank fully installed for just $13.99, a 50-gallon tank for $14.99, and no matter what size you want, they have the best prices ever. europlumbingcolorado.net, 303-668 6844. 668-6844. Sheridan Auto Tech, did you know they do pre-buy inspections for used cars? If you're buying a used car, get it checked out for just $120 from Sheridan Auto Tech. Of course, Sheridan will do all kinds of service, maintenance, including electrical, for all of your cars. But make sure you check them out for used cars for just $120. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. I don't know what was hard to understand.
Yeah, Tom does. Tom, I didn't know. I didn't.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I get it.
Well, I didn't even see the spot, and I didn't realize you were.
Yeah, you thought I was just talking off the air. I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
And then finally, Dragon
I know.
hits my mic.
I pulled it out my ass real quick, so it doesn't matter.
It's all right. Did you take another melatonin?
No, not.
Or 4?
I stopped those.
He popped 20 milligrams.
No, it was only 1 milligram.
Did you take one at night, Tom?
No, I don't. They give me nightmares. And listen, I took 1 milligram during the day thinking it wouldn't affect me. It was bullshit. It made me drowsy for half the day. 1 milligram.
What's over a milligram?
Well,
two milligrams.
Well, listen. What's the next form?
A gram.
So you probably took a gram.
No,
of
it was a
melatonin.
milligram. It's made for daily daytime
Did you
supplement.
snort it or did you take it as a pill?
I plugged it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Can
I don't
you
know.
imagine shoving a melatonin up your ass?
Tom, I've decided you are a newbie.
What does that mean?
It means anything that comes out in the medical field that's new, you want to try.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I do have an idea.
You have no idea.
Hey, forget I want to ask on air.
Yeah, you're going to be taking over right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the studio cam up.
You have not been doing the show for the last 3 hours, bro.
Oh,
We
really?
just talked to you during break.
Shit, I didn't know that. I thought I was doing it. So I'm going to erase me here. Why don't you just take us out? I'm going to leave everything up, okay?
All right.
It's all yours. Let me just take me out of here.
I don't know what you're doing, but have fun or be careful.
See you, buddy. God bless.
Sure. I just need to do this and then do this. There we go.
Can I still talk to D, though?
You can talk to anybody. I'm just out of here.
And who did you leave? Who did he leave off on? No one knows.
He was just talking to Brian.
Yeah,
Just
we're talking
started-
to
Where did
Brian.
he get with
We're
Brian?
talking to Brian. We just got the point where he asked him why he's going to court if the other guy got a ticket.
Got it. So does that sound good, you two? Where do you want to eat? You want to go to Great Divide?
Oh, that's the one that's kind of in that downtown area, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I liked that one.
Did you like that? I know they got stuff you like.
Yeah, that was great. They had good gluten-free stuff.
You think your car will make it there?
Very possibly.
I could tow it.
Yeah, that's true.
That would actually be funny, having a Tesla tow your Camaro. But like a little Model 3. I told Steph I didn't believe you had it. I still don't until I look at it. He never drives it. Tom had that Ferrari, he said, for, I forget, I think 2 years. 900 miles. 2 years.
Wow.
You know, I just realized Steph is the one with nightmares. If she wakes up next to Tom in the middle of the night, that would give her nightmares.
10 seconds, guys.
What have you been doing? Talking about the race.
She's an extreme radical left lunatic.
To the White House.
She's done nothing. She should be held to a higher standard.
On Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, folks, listen, 303-713-8255. We've got another hour coming up. If you've been ripped off, taken advantage of, maybe you just want to tell us about some scumbag that has made your life miserable, I want to hear from you. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. I'll finish up or try to get to the next part with Brian. Brian called up, son got into a car accident. He's calling for some advice, but what I don't understand, if the other person got the ticket, Brian, why is your son going to court? I don't get that.
I believe it's called Restitution, where
Oh,
the
beautiful.
judge-
That's all you had to say. So hold on. Now that I get that, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and I might even pull up one of our attorneys to come on. So hold on. Andrea's got a problem with an old apartment. We're going to figure out what that's about. Everybody hold tight. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
And you are Troubleshooter Junior. I can't. You know what I can't believe, Mark?
People have shoved stranger things up their ass than a. Okay, what if people shoved up their ass at stranger? Boy, that's a weird question to ask. Than melatonin, but you know what? I agree with Savvy. People have definitely shoved stuff up their ass. Didn't some guy put a gerbil up his ass? Okay, that's worse than a melatonin.
That was a rumor about Richard Gere.
You don't think it's true?
No.
I thought it was a newscaster.
No, it was Richard Gere.
And you don't think it happened?
I don't. I think it's impossible.
You don't think anybody on this planet has ever shoved a gerbil up their ass?
Not a live gerbil, no.
But maybe a dead one.
Even a dead one, it's.
Frank
No.
doesn't. Frank just ignores the entire conversation. What do you think, Frank?
Deep thought, Mark. I was in deep thought.
So, I have one question for you.
Did you hold on one sec? Did you hear us the other day? It's either yesterday or the day before, talking about when you went to the house and the rats were running through.
No.
And then
you guys talk about that
was
on there?
yesterday, on Wednesday.
Yesterday. Then he goes into the garage and there's all these freaking just animals and rats and birds and snakes and shit.
I was so nervous. That was unreal.
And then the guy, didn't he hand you like a mask
Yeah.
and said, you're going to have to put this on to go into the basement, like a gas mask? And Frank's like,
Oh, Mark.
no, I don't need to see the
I was so
basement.
nervous and so stressed, man, because I don't like rodents as it is. And I thought something was going to crawl up my leg, and it was just, oh, my God. And you had to step through all this trash to get to the house. It was bad. Really bad.
You know,
Because Mark had me go out and check out this property. Oh, my gosh, man. And then
I was like, hey, this could be a good listing for you.
And she was like an extreme hoarder, and we went to this one room, and you had to climb over stuff. I said, well, maybe we'll skip this room. So we go to this other room. She opens this, and there's a bunch of animals in there, man. There's like turtles and rabbits and snakes, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, wow, man.
He was in like the worst petting zoo ever.
Mark, I was stuttering. I was stressed. I was nervous. I was like, man. And there was like
What did she want you to put on to go to the basement, though?
Oh, like a mask because there was severe mold or something. And there was like a rat or a big mouse on the counter. And she goes, oh, I meant to tell you we have rodents. I'm like, oh, man.
As they scurry across your feet.
And these were not the pet rats.
No, they weren't pets. They were. It was that bad, man. It was. That was stressful.
That is
And
unbelievable.
Mark laughed at me. I mean,
when you told me that story the first time, I was belly laughing.
man.
You,
That was
you
bad.
could tell he was still shaken up. I said, hey, did you meet that lady?
That was bad.
Well, at least you know better now. Next time, Mark suggests.
Oh, I was in a rock and a hard place.
Didn't she have like horses too? Wasn't it, or something, or the neighbors did?
Something like that, Mark. And then one time you sent me to another house where I was over-prepared, and you made me think of it, and I had a mask, and this lady's like, what are you wearing all this for? And this is, so I don't know if Mark was just setting me up and making me look like a
Show up
stooge.
dressed up like a Ghostbuster.
I really was. I had gloves on and everything, and that was pretty bad too, man.
I've shown one like that.
Look, what are you doing all dressed up?
That was pretty bad too, Mark.
That was probably after the first one.
But
That
at
was.
least I wasn't nervous on that one.
I felt so bad. I was probably like, this one could be a hoarder. Frank goes out and buys a uniform.
That was pretty rough, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Holy
A few
moly.
years ago, I didn't list it, but I showed it. I showed it to some investors.
Oh, yeah.
And this was like before COVID. We had to do the N95 masks. They said wear like jeans or some heavy material and boots to protect yourself from punctures.
Boots.
And like all this stuff to go through the house, and you're like wading through stuff. It made my client, who's a lady, so uncomfortable. She pulled her carry sidearm, and we're walking through the house, and she's got her sidearm drawn. And I'm like, actually really happy she did, because it was like blood on the wall.
Oh, my
feces
God.
splattered on the wall.
That's
bad. It was horrible.
How long was it like that?
I don't know. Somebody looked very, very ill in that home. Like the bed, you could tell someone had been there a long time, and like next to the bed was just piles and piles and piles of soiled everything.
Oh,
it was
God.
horrible. horrible deal. You've just, walking through, you're like horrified, but on the same token, you're like heartbroken that someone lived that way.
You see some unique things sometimes, yeah. You really do.
Yeah, it was bad.
Hey, Talib, are you still there? I don't know if he's
I
there or
hope
not.
this brings down the Biden administration, that there's no more funding for the people who were devastated by the hurricane.
Yeah, but
we
there's
have millions and millions of dollars
for
these
immigrants.
illegal immigrants. Yeah. That just makes no freaking sense.
What an asshole.
Talib.
Was it mainly just Carolina that got hit, or was it? Or I guess it was.
No,
Florida
it
too?
was.
Florida got
It was Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, and northwestern Georgia. Wow. And also, of course, Florida got it, but my friend who lives in Sarasota said they got mostly big rain and some tree damage, but they didn't get houses blown away, or it was just like a bad rainstorm. Lots of rain, but not much damage.
Yes, thank you.
So,
Had that
Mark,
tired
Yes, sir.
how come after giving our friend Tom crap all year about the fucking Beatles, you're wearing a Beatles shirt?
Because
Instead of the
Costco,
monkeys.
people can't see it. Costco had them for $6. I don't give a fuck what it said. It was $6.
It was the $6, man.
But I got this at Costco.
Let me see.
And
Yep.
it's just plain.
Yeah, plain.
You don't need a.
I got plain ones.
Up again?
Remember I was talking about Talib and that chicken?
Yeah.
So that same guy, Talib, we went on a road trip together about 20 years ago. And we're in this van, and there was a lot leading up to it, but we pull off on this side road. And it happened to be where all the truckers park and sleep overnight. It's pretty late. It's like 2 a.m. So there's 3 of us on this road trip. We were going to learn this software called Emerald for our internet company. So we get out, and we're taking a piss. So Talib is peeing on the passenger side. Dave's peeing on the driver's side. And I go to the back of the van, and I'm peeing in the back. But that wasn't what I was doing. I opened up the back, and I pulled out my 9mm, and I go, pop, 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 pop. I fire 4 or 5 shots in the air. Both of them. Dave had to weigh 350 pounds. And Talib, he's in good shape, but, both of them jumped about 4 feet in the air. Absolutely, then basically hit the ground like, what the hell's going on? I'm laughing my ass off, but then the problem is all of a sudden,
Imagine that.
all these trucks that were parked on the side,
Oh no.
the lights, the cab lights come on. I didn't know the trucks were there. It was 2 a.m. They think someone just got killed.
Right. You're thinking you're in the middle of nowhere alone.
And I'm next to about 100 trucks.
10 seconds, guys.
Website, deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. We want to help you and make your life a little bit better. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We have solved problems to the tune of over $300 million. $300 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, services, you name it. We have tackled it. I don't care if it's a problem with a landlord, a contractor, a dentist. We've had issues with dentists that are absolutely unbelievable. And I'll just say this as an example real quick. We actually had a dentist a couple years ago, maybe a little longer, 3-4 years ago, that refused to adjust. It's an orthodontist. They refused to adjust the braces on a teenager because the mother missed a couple payments. You pay a couple $100 a month, they get braces. She was back a couple. His mouth was moving and shifting, and the braces were cutting into his gums, and the dentist refused to adjust them because the mother couldn't pay. Well, of course, we got involved and we got that taken care of, but that's just an idea of what we do. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. That number works on and off the air. Now, Brian called last hour. Here's the bottom line. There was a car accident, and it was the other person's fault. Brian ended up going to court, and it's a very good thing he did because he is seeking restitution. So I assume he went to the trial of the guy that hit him. Is that correct, Brian?
Actually, not exactly. It was my son.
Yep, go ahead.
He's got a court date. He did receive a letter from the Arapahoe County's DA
Got it.
about restitution. So, and then my son starts talking out of the side of his mouth saying, I'll just get one of those big attorney firms and go after the guy. And I go, wait a minute, before you do that, let me do some research.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
go ahead, Brian. I'll let you finish. Keep going.
Well, I was thinking, if he's going to go to court himself, does he actually need attorney representation, or is he okay with just using the DA there?
Well, there's a few things here I need to really understand. So the accident, what exactly happened? Like, not exactly, but did he get rear-ended, sideswiped?
No.
What?
It was a four-way stop.
Got
and
it.
It was my son's turn to go through the stop sign.
Yep.
He started to go through, and this guy apparently didn't see the stop sign
And blew
came
through.
running right through it.
Wow, that's horrid. So he got T-boned.
More or less, it just took off his front bumper and his lights, and that's about it.
Was there any injuries?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Does the other person have insurance?
No, in fact, that's what happened.
Then first of all, there's not an attorney in the world that would touch this without injuries. There's no reason. There's absolutely no purpose you need to tell him to hire an attorney. If you had injuries, you still would talk to attorneys, but over this, it doesn't matter. If there is no insurance and he's going to show up to that court date, he needs to bring whatever estimates he has, and the judge will grant whatever restitution needs to be paid. That's what's going to happen. Whether that person has a job and will actually pay is something else. But there is no reason. I can't even imagine why he thinks
really deep into things. Like, he'll buy a new car, and then he'll decide to go get a new clutch for it because he doesn't want it to go out on him while he's driving it.
Yeah, so there's no reason. In fact, compared to getting a civil judgment on this, let's say it's $1,000. Compared to getting a civil judgment, restitution does something way more important. And what that is the court's going to stay on their case to pay it. And if the person ever goes bankrupt, the restitution will stay, where a judgment on an accident like that will go away. So, I mean, there's no reason whatsoever for him to hire an attorney.
Mark, where does the UIM come in this case?
Well, it would come in absolutely nowhere as far as, because there's no injuries.
Oh, so it's only for not property damage?
Well, that I was going to ask Brian that. Does your son have full coverage where he could just turn this over to his own insurance company?
So a quick little story on that. When he purchased this vehicle, he went online and I think it was Progressive. He checked all the boxes of what he wants for insurance, and he called it good. But what he didn't realize, when there's a box he could check for collision and UMI, when he checked those, it jacked the price up on the insurance. So
yeah, of course.
He removed them.
Yeah, so in the state of Colorado, by the way, well, I'm not going to get into that stuff, but yeah, so that's what he's got to do. Restitution not only is the best way for him to go forward, to me, it's the only way. There's no purpose in having an attorney, so.
Okay, and that's what I was trying to get to is, I go, when do I need to get an attorney for him, or he does?
Hell
but
no.
Now it sounds like the DA will go ahead and follow forward with it.
Yeah,
okay.
And let's hope he gets that. Let's hope the person that hit him actually has a job. I just want to ask you this. Yeah. Did the guy have a license and just no insurance, or neither?
That's the funny thing. He claims that he bought the truck the day before. He had no registration for the truck nor insurance. Yet they impounded the truck, and he walked away without getting arrested. So he must have had a license.
No, they'll let you. I'll tell you, Denver will let you go without a license. I'm sure of it. I mean, I'm not going to get into that part of it, but there's lots of people that don't have a license, don't have insurance, get pulled over, and some of them leave in their car. So that's just the way it is.
Yeah, because they allowed him to get his tools out of his truck and threw it into his friend's truck. And
You know, it's so funny. Think about this. This guy runs a stop sign, luckily doesn't injure Brian's kid, but messes his car up good, has no insurance, and they allow him to grab his tools and grab everything else, but he has no way of paying this guy for the damage. It's crazy. It's upside down, man. The world is upside down. Thank you for the call, Brian.
Thanks, Mark. Take care.
You're welcome. 303-713-8255. You know, you vote a certain way. I'm not getting to get political here, but if you want certain things and you vote a certain way, you are going to get those things. So we shouldn't bitch when those things happen. And if you can follow that logic, which most of you can, you get what I'm saying. Andrea, what's going on? Andrea.
Hello.
Hello, Andrea. What's going on with your apartment?
Hello. Okay. So my parents moved into an apartment in 2005.
Okay.
In August of this year, we decided we needed a bigger place because I have my kids and everything. And this new management that has been there for a couple of years, they never did anything to fix it, correct? And so now that we moved out, they want to charge us for blinds. After 19
Andrea, I want to clarify one thing. I heard exactly what you said, but I'm not sure you meant to say it. You guys moved in there 20 years ago in 2005?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you've been there 19 years. I get it. So I'm sorry, keep going. Now you want to move out because you need a bigger place?
Yeah, so we moved into the same apartment complex into a 3-bedroom.
Oh, okay.
So
Same.
we're there.
Got it.
Yeah, so since we're there, they want to charge us for blinds because there's no blinds in the apartment. They want to charge us for the stove pans. They want to charge us for the fridge cleaning, but the fridge was already really old. Even like the freezer wouldn't close anymore because of how old it was.
Andrea, hold on a second. Are they trying to keep money out of your security deposit from the original unit you were in for 19 years to pay for the stuff you just said? Is that kind of what they're doing?
So, yeah, well, I mean, right now, our amount due is about $1,200.
And that's for stuff like blinds, and you said like the stove pan, that little, it captures the crud that comes out.
Yeah, let me read it off.
In our case, the macaroni and cheese when our kids were little. But, yeah, I get that. What else?
Yeah, so it says pest control for 7 days. They say that by law, the state of Colorado, everybody has to have pest control, even if
Wait, they want to charge you for pest control for the old unit or the new unit?
The old unit.
Yeah, okay, and this is when you're moving out 19 years later.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something. I got to put you on hold to take this break. I don't like one thing they're doing. I don't even understand their logic. You've been there 19 years. They should be on their hands and knees thanking God for a tenant that has been there 19 years, then moves to the same complex. I cannot believe they're trying to nickel and dime you on stuff that they probably should be replacing after 19 years. Kelly, I would like to get Brad O'Brien on. By the way, we've got a couple lines open, 303-713-8255. Hold tight.
Now, the big wireless companies want to limit you to 2 choices when it comes to data.
New place.
No, they're charging her for the old place, Doc.
I thought she said that they're charging her for blinds in the new place.
No, in the old place. They're saying the blinds aren't there. Hold on, I got to
I think you're wrong. I think she said...
Doc, first of all, okay, let me just ask you honestly. Have I ever been wrong?
No,
okay.
I forgot that. I take it back.
All right, I got to tell you about a movie event coming up, and I love it. In fact, Tom, myself, Suzanne, we're all going to be there. We're going to go out to the AMC 20 Mile Theater in Parker, and we're going to watch a movie about Social Security, retirement, the problems with the system. We're going to have experts there to answer questions. It's going to be a great event, and I want to invite you. Now it's a movie theater. Last time we did it, it was standing room only. In fact, they finally cut us off at the AMC Theater in Highlands Ranch. They wouldn't let even people stand. So I want you to get signed up now. Call 303-779-6600. It's Thursday, October 24th at 6:30. Once again, 303-779-6600. Call now. Now, let me tell you about John Fuller, Fuller Law. He gives a personal approach to personal injury. I've personally used John numerous times. One when our daughter got rear-ended on I-25, and one when Suzanne and I got T-boned coming back from Sam's Club. Listen, if you've been in an accident and you've been hurt, you have to call John. You got nothing to lose right now. He's going to give you free legal advice. If he doesn't think you need an attorney, he's going to tell you it's all contingency. There's no money out of pocket. But more importantly, you're going to deal with one of the best attorneys out there. You're not going to be dealing with a different person every time you call. You're going to be dealing with the attorney, John Fuller. I personally vouch for this guy. He got his policy maximum in both of those accidents, and he walked us through it like a football coach. He's unbelievable. 303-597-4500. Please put that in your phone right now. I mean, you might not need it now, but get it in your phone. 303-597-4500. He doesn't deserve
to have that title.
Hey, Dragon, do me a favor and send me that movie event, that first one.
Got it.
Okay. Tom stuck us, so YouTube is basically a picture of him.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. Tom left. You see what YouTube looks like, Kelly?
It's great.
At
least he's smiling.
It's a frozen picture of Tom. Unfucking believable.
Only would be better if he'd be
I'm
picking his
unbelievable.
nose.
I am going to give him so much shit for this.
Well, I am working on Brad O'Brien, but he is not answering. It went straight to voicemail, and he's not answering my text. So
That's all
I
right.
don't know if he's on like another call or something like that. It's usually harder to get him in the afternoon than in the morning.
Hey, he's an attorney. It's like trying to get a cop around breakfast time. Oh.
You know how you feel about rats? I'm that way about roaches. If I were to see a roach, I'm up on a chair or the tabletop. Just one.
You don't even really see him here, though, do you?
No. That's one of the reasons I won't move out of Colorado. But man, when I was in Washington D.C., when I was a medical student, obviously I couldn't afford a really nice apartment. I used to have a slide-out bed, and I would literally every night that I slept there spray Raid around the bed, so that I wouldn't have to worry about a roach coming up on me while I was sleeping.
That sounds like my child's.
The frozen picture of Tom is creepy. It's like a bad Christmas card, says someone else. Looks like he's sitting on a gerbil.
I think it's still roughly around 70.
I might put up a poll on that gerbil. Do you believe that gerbil? Who was it again, you said, Doc?
Richard Gere.
It was Richard. Have you guys heard that?
I'll tell you another thing, Doc, I don't like snakes, man.
Oh, really?
Like,
Same way?
You don't really have any recourse.
we get them in our
right?
backyard
You
sometimes.
can't go after
They don't bother me at all.
any
It's just everybody has
assets or
different
anything because-
phobias. One of my great stories when I was coming home from playing golf, and there's like a circle in front of the clubhouse, and there's a whole bunch of people standing around, and there was like just a bull snake, and they're all figuring out what to do. So I said to him, I have to get a garbage can. So he comes out with the garbage can. I pick up the snake, put it in the garbage can, put the top on, and walk away. And they're all saying, "Oh, this shit," you know, it was such an easy thing to do. They had no idea what they're supposed to do.
Let's see here.
It was really funny.
The rumor spread. Boy, you're not kidding. It was him. Let's see.
I don't know.
It's called gerbling.
69,824.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's okay. Better than guinea pigging.
My accounts on January 1st, 2024. So it's been 10 months.
No, I'm telling. It looks like it's real, bro.
And how much is she paying?
As much as they can grab from her check, as much as they can legally grab.
So she does have like a
It really looks like it's real.
lien on her payment to.
Right, yes.
Well, I'm looking at Snopes, the fact-checking site.
Come from you. Or if
False.
you
It
get paid
says
over
it's
the
false.
10 seconds, everybody.
I get.
K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. We're trying to get our attorney on. Kelly's reached out to Brad O'Brien, or I'm sorry, Mackenzie. Did I say Brad O'Brien? Yeah, that is who I want. Of course that's who I want. I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. So I'm going to go back to the call, but hopefully we can get the attorney to reach back. But Andrea, here's the deal. They're saying that when you moved in 19 years ago, the blinds were there and now they're not?
Yes.
I don't care if they're mini blinds. After 19 years, trying to charge you for those is absolutely wrong. I don't care what anybody out there is saying. 19 years, mini blinds are worth zero.
Are there blinds there?
No, there's no blinds.
Yeah, there's no blinds right now, and then they're charging for painting and the
same. Did they ever paint? Have they painted that old place in the last few months?
No, my dad would paint it, and he had to change out the carpet because last year in July, we needed a carpet, and the carpet obviously was already there for 18 years.
And they're trying to charge that.
Nothing wrong with it.
So, Doc,
No,
it's
they're-
exactly
they're-
what I said. They're trying to charge her for 19-year-old carpet, and there's no carpet in the world that lasts that long. They're trying to charge her for things.
So the carpet, my dad changed it out last year in July because it was really gross. I had my baby, and it was unsanitary for him.
What is this place? Yeah, Doc, you want this one? Or do you want? I can give it to D.
No, I'll talk to them. I want to know what's going on. Are they? I'll talk to
What's
her.
the total amount they're charging?
Right now, it's like $1,200.
So they're charging her $1,200.
And how much is your security deposit?
It was $300, so they already took that out from that.
Right.
So they charged her $1,500.
So they say you owe them $1,200 more.
But the important part is this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're charging her for stuff that after 19 years would be replaced.
Absolutely.
It's gone. There's no value to anything they're talking about. And then if you can't get through to them, this is one I would like to light up. Is this a big apartment complex or is this some little landlord? What are we talking about?
So there are apartment complex. Their apartments are Meadow Lark apartments.
Meadow Lark?
Yes.
And where are they?
On Troy Street.
Are they charging you anything to move into the new apartment?
Yeah, they did charge us the deposit, and then so with our old apartment, they charged us pet deposit. What was a pet fee? So for the new one, she charged another pet fee because she said that the old pet deposit was for the old apartment and not the new one.
That makes sense.
Well,
so only a pet fee. That's the only thing they're charging you.
Yeah, but if it's a pet deposit, it should go to the new one, unless if there was a problem with it. But if it's a fee, you're going to have to pay that regardless.
Yeah, so we're not complaining about that, but
Okay.
Yeah, she's just.
Why do you think they're being? Why do you think they're being so hard ass with you? Honestly, I mean, like I said, you've been there 19 years.
Yeah, that's what I told the manager. I was like, it's a lack of consideration. And then I was like, how you expect everything to be nice? I was like, I don't know if you don't have kids. I was like, but kids can be messy. And then she's like, yeah, but I clean.
But you're not. You're
trying to say that we don't clean.
Even listen, none of that matters. None of that's even right. What you've got to understand is that the diminished value of everything we talked about. It doesn't matter if it's a carpet or a mini blind that costs $20. It's 19 years old. There is zero value associated with any of that anymore. The paint on the walls, after 19 years, you got to paint when someone moves out. They once again should be on their hands and knees thanking God you were their tenant for 19 years, and you still are after they're trying to pull this crap off. So we're gonna work on this one big time. Hold on, and Kelly is gonna get your information, and let's not lose this. I want to follow up on this freaking every day if we have to. I can't believe it. 19 years, and they're trying to screw her for $1,200. What the hell's wrong with you people? Metal Lark? It's crazy. Now, In studio, by the way, Stephanie Thomas, realtor extraordinaire, Pikes Peak region, right?
Yes.
So you go everywhere from where? Say Monument to...
Yeah, I'll do as far as Castle Rock.
So Castle Rock...
Teller County, El Paso County.
How about, what's El Paso? Does that include, what's the town down the road?
Oh, Pueblo?
Pueblo.
I will go as far as like Pueblo West.
Okay.
I don't do a whole lot in Pueblo, so I would,
Why is that? It's just too far?
Not necessarily. I just don't know that area as well. So if that's the case, if I had somebody contact me for there that I couldn't assist,
And you know
I
the
would
mountain
refer them.
area is great.
Absolutely. I do the Teller County, which is Woodland Park, Divide, Cripple Creek.
How
all of
is that area in general, the growth up there? I got something in the mail. Apparently, they built a new casino up there. It's supposed to be fancy.
They did. There's a new casino in Cripple Creek. There's a lot of new construction out there, too.
Like homes or-
townhome communities. So I'm seeing some of that up in Cripple Creek.
All right. So the whole area, Teller County's growing.
It absolutely is.
And a lot of new
Yes.
homes, a lot of apartments.
There's a lot of townhomes I'm seeing in Woodland Park as well.
And we've needed those for a while. Frank Duran, the real estate man, Denver Metro.
Yes, sir.
What's the furthest you go south?
So south Castle Rock, north Longmont, and then
Longmont.
Kingsburg to Golden, everything in between east to west.
Okay. Very cool, man. How many listings do you have up right now?
20, 21, 22. I'm putting up 6 tonight.
How
Mark,
many
so-
do you close in a given month, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, gosh, Mark, it varies. We've had months where we've closed around 18, 20 in a month.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it depends on the month, but yeah, this has been a real busy month, thank God. And
This has.
Yeah.
What do you
absolutely.
attribute that to? Inventory coming online?
I think it's that too, but see, we never stop. I mean, this is what I love to do, so, I'm up day and night working on this all the
I
time.
know you are.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm shocked you. Well, actually, I'll say this to both of you. People don't know this, but I've known Stephanie for 20 years probably.
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
about? Yeah. So
Mhm.
we lived. Her husband Mike ran one of my computer stores 1,000,000 years ago. I mean, like literally. And we have known, Suzanne and I have known these two for 20 years. I've known Frank maybe 15. I'd say pretty dang close. Frank sold my house in Castle Rock,
yeah.
and helped me negotiate the heck out of a deal for the one we bought in Franktown. But where I was going is they're good, honest people that know what they're doing, and both of them work 24/7, and I'm not kidding. We'll go on vacation with the Thomases. Last time we went where? Las Vegas?
Yep.
And when you and I and Suzanne went to the brewery, where was Stephanie? Closing deals. I mean, she
Yeah.
was back at the hotel that day because you had calls and stuff
I
to
was
do.
writing contracts and had offers coming in on properties. So,
Constantly.
yeah, I sat and negotiated while you guys hung out, and I met up with you later.
And I've accidentally pocket dialed Frank at like 3 a.m. And next thing I know, he answers. So, I mean, it's like, I'm not suggesting his clients call him at 3, but I'm talking, it's
surprised.
unbelievable. Did you use Frank?
Unfortunately not. I had to use somebody that was a friend of mine at my poker game.
Yeah.
But I will say that Frank may not understand this, but he is the menchiest person I have ever met, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, but now share with us, what the hell's Mencius mean?
You have to look it up.
Well, I'm doing a
I'm just
damn
kidding.
radio show. What the hell does it mean?
It's a Hebrew idiom that means a really good person. It's the highest compliment you can give somebody.
Oh wow, we get
that
a
they're
ton.
honest.
We get a ton of feedback on Frank. I get so mad, and Frank knows this, and I shouldn't do this. Frank is a very righteous person, and I mean that. I'm not going to get into that aspect of Frank, but his belief system is deep, and it's good, and it's just wonderful. There's another realtor that advertises on this station, and the realtor has the audacity to say something along these lines. I'm paraphrasing, nor am I going to use a person's name. But so-and-so sells more homes than anybody else in Denver. And I'm like, it's so funny, because if you go to MLS and start looking at the realtor that sells more homes than anybody else, it's Frank Duran. So for the life of me, I don't understand why people come out and just say falsehoods like that. And I'm not putting you on the spot, Frank. I know you don't want to speak to that, but that absolutely drives me crazy when I hear it. But then I try to pull out the Frank Duran within me and handle it in a better way than yelling and screaming about it. So you have actually brought a lot to my life outside of helping me with house deals. Oh, I'm not kidding. I'm looking you right in the eyes now. You have made me think of things that I had not thought of prior to meeting you and becoming a friend of yours.
Thank you, buddy. God bless you. And you've blessed me, by the way, Mark. And
well, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, you with this business, Stephanie, I know you know what I'm talking about. You keep your head down and work hard. That's the thing. And
Frankie even puts up with me and my beliefs.
The work ethic between these two is just unbelievable. We've got people on our referral list that are the same. It's all down to work ethic. You want to be good at what you do. You show up, you do it. You get better at it. You continue education on it. How often, Frank, do you go to negotiating classes?
Every day, actually. Truthfully, no. I call my car my university on wheels. So when how exciting, right? When I'm driving, that's all I do is just study. And to me, that 2 hours I'm driving, 3 hours I'm driving a day, I'm learning something. And at night, when I got free time, I'm studying something, and I think that's just the way you got to go.
Okay, I'm going to add something else into it. Yeah, I'm tooting your horn. I know you wouldn't do this. So your regimen with your son. Your son has now joined the business.
Yes.
And how old's your son?
21.
And he's working side by side, Pops.
Yes.
And what is your regiment in the morning? Listen to this. Everybody out there, listen to this.
Well, that young man has me up every morning, 6 a.m. That's our time to exercise and hang out, and so that just.
So you get up and go down to your exercise room.
Keeps me going. We have that, the protein shakes, the superfood in the morning, and that's the energy to go, man.
It's incredible. I think a lot of people should live like that. Honestly, it's hard as hell, though. Everybody hold tight. Cassandra, I promise she's got a follow-up on a dentist issue, 303 Martino.
He does keep me running, man, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to keep up with a 21-year-old. He's strong as a horse.
What's your kid bench? Listen to this.
Nice, man.
He weighs about 1.
He's built like a stallion.
Is he doing the mornings or?
He likes to go at night.
Yeah, and that's okay too, because I used to do that years ago. When I get off work, when I used to work at Sears, I used to stop at the gym at night. It was peaceful. Yeah.
So he's got a landscape. He goes, spend 12 to 16 hours a day doing landscaping.
I'm not doing it. I'm not.
What the hell are you doing here?
I had work on my home being done. That's why you had to do last
Oh.
But I figured it's a great time to be.
Did you see where you left your camera?
No, now I changed it. I had
She called
Okay.
and Tom was going to do some follow-up.
It was you like this.
I took her number, and she was going to get a call
Yeah,
back.
we'll have to
and
try
nobody
that.
Called her back, and it's like,
I'm shocked you walked through that door.
I did. Yeah.
Is he allowed to come in here if he's not on the radio?
So anyway,
I can't even find the damn
this is going to work out good. Did you download the app on there, Mark?
What's that?
Did you put the app on that phone?
Not yet.
Just found it. Yeah, it was.
All right, I want to tell you about Red Rocks Roof and Solar. I'll tell you this. I've said it before. I'll say it a million other times. If you have a commercial building, a commercial property, maybe a duplex, a quadplex, maybe you've got a commercial barn or garage you use for fixing tractors. Doesn't matter. If it's a commercial property, Brooke, the owner of Red Rocks Roof and Solar, has that sniffer on her. The sniffer that can find the grant money, it can find the tax credits, and we have a lot of listeners, that have gotten systems 100% paid for. And now, of course, they're saving money every month, generating their own electricity. You're not going to get a better deal out there. Red Rocks Roof and Solar, of course, they do the residential, and they'll beat anybody out there. They're great people. They do in-house sales, installation. They do service on all systems. It doesn't matter where you bought it. They're great people, but if you have that commercial property, I promise you, no BS, give her a call. She'll run through the entire thing with you, and she'll tell you, hey, we can get 95% of it covered, 98%, 100%. She'll let you know up front. 303-704-2449, 303-704-2449, or check her out at Red Rocks RS, Roof and Solar, redrocksrs.com.
No deputy. You
Joseph A. Lazera, here's one I hope you never need. But it's one I want you to put his phone number into your phone right now. He's a criminal defense attorney. Things happen, man. Maybe you had too many drinks. You got popped with a DUI. Maybe you got caught, I don't know, shoplifting. How about any kind of problem like assault?
Want me to try to
Joe's
reschedule
actually
her?
represented people that have shot police officers, if you can believe that.
Hey, Cassandra,
This man knows all the DAs. He
right
knows
now,
all the
Tom
judges.
is not
If you're
able-
guilty,
he's gonna be
he knows
in
how to cut the
tomorrow
best
and
deal. And if you think you're going to cut a deal with a DA, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. And if you're innocent, he can get in front of a jury and he can state your story and your side of the story and hopefully get you off. He's one of the best out there. Great litigator. I want you to put the number in your phone and do it right now. If something does happen, you're not going to go Google something. You don't want to pick up the 40-year-old yellow pages at the jailhouse. You want to write this number down. You want to put it in your phone, and I mean now. 303-429-6200. Google him, 303-429-6200, Joseph A. Lazara.
Tom? Jeff Wyman, the trustee's number?
Yeah, I
His-
need that. I'm going to call him in the morning. Well, actually, maybe I will need that. Yeah, send it to me. Text it to me.
Well, remember, we tried to call him on air, and my notes say that it went straight to voicemail, and and then we don't have any number for Sean Michael Custer because he basically closed all of his offices and then left.
Who the hell's that? Michael Custard.
And is this Lola?
L-O-L-A, Lola.
Okay, is this Isla or Lola? I can't read it. It's either Isla or Lola. Too good?
Isla. That's my wife's story.
I can't believe they're trying to
Isla.
shake her down
Okay.
after 19 years.
I can't either.
I will put it down for 12.
A fucking mini blind?
No, I mean, I'm saying like the kitchen sink probably needs to be replaced.
Everything. They're charging her for the trays underneath the damn ovens, the stove. What are those called? The drip pans. The 19-year-old drip pans? And then the paint. Her dad has been painting it for 19 years, and now they want to charge for new paint?
It's ridiculous. I think that, they're just taking advantage of people who don't know.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Are you coming in, Tom, or are you going to be...
So we'll meet you guys. I hopefully 105, and I just say that because I know Stephanie can have some there, and then we can either we can go over to what the hell's it called? Great Divide. You want that? I think Suzanne will be good with that.
Yeah, I like that.
So when we leave, I'll fire off home to grab her, and then we'll go to 105, and I'm sure within the half hour after we get there, you'll show up in that car of yours. Now, don't be in the left lane doing 35.
I have a friend who just bought a $100,000 Corvette, and I don't think he's taking it over 30 miles an hour either.
I will say
That's like the third call we've gotten about that.
Quite a bit of those.
That's like the
Oh,
third
I know
one.
Mike drives it fast. He just doesn't drive it a lot. What's the highest you've been to? 150?
Where?
470.
Probably took him a month.
I don't,
Yeah, I had to have a straight enough line. I had to go all the way across the state of Nevada to get up to speed, but
I did it on the sand flats.
that's right.
But if you go just east of DIA, there's nothing but straight roads out there with
There's
nothing.
a track out there, too.
What?
There's a track out there.
Do that legally. Or at least please don't, impound my car.
Yes. Our insurance rates don't go.
What do we have? 30 days free on the listings?
Don't think I have any of them set up free for a trial yet, because I tried to make that change and I can't. Like the restaurant.
Oh, so right now there is no free trial.
No.
Okay.
So, but we'll do
Doc,
that.
this gum is strong. It made me almost sneeze, man.
I want to get that done. I'm not.
Attorney John Fuller.
All right, folks, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. Don't forget, and I mean it, don't forget, we help people on and off the air. That 303 Martino works all the time. Hey, wait, I don't know what happened to Cassandra. Oh, we got her information. We got everything for you, Doc. You're going to call and try to help her out, but it is ridiculous for that apartment complex.
You mean Andrea?
Or Andrea. After all those years to try to collect on a mini blind after 19 years.
No, I meant Cassandra, who was holding on about the dentist.
Oh, I don't know. What was that update? What was that update, Kelly?
So Tom initially handled the call, and he actually knows the trustee that's involved with the case. So we rescheduled it for tomorrow morning so he could do it.
Oh, okay. So it's got something to do with the bankruptcy and the dentist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I recall a little bit about that.
Yeah, so she actually, there were multiple people who were basically scammed by this dentist.
And she had a list of a bunch of them.
Correct. And then he absconded with all of their money.
God, I tell you, a professional like that, I mean, I don't, hey, Doc, a dentist or a doctor that takes money, I mean, right now we're assuming he did, and then goes bankrupt, do they at least lose their license automatically? No?
Well, they probably will. But, it always pisses me off because, like Hebrew National, we are held to a higher authority.
Yeah.
And we are in a position that people trust us. And when I see somebody abuse that trust, it really gets my goat because
no, I got
it gives the rest of us a bad name.
Yeah, not really. I think when most people think of doctors or even dentists, they don't think of those very few people.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, think of all the schooling and the residency and everything you went through. I mean, most people that are going to be stealing money aren't going to be going through that.
Right.
I mean, that's my thoughts. I wanted to talk to everybody about something that I've witnessed, and it's kind of crazy. There's a lot of bigger companies now, and what they'll do is they'll buy up ma and pas. And let's talk about HVAC companies. And I'm just randomly grabbing a home service. You'll have someone approach you, and there's a lot of people listening right now that were probably in this boat and probably sold to them. But what will happen is someone will come in and basically take ownership of the company, buy the name, buy the business, and then that person that used to own it will still run it. And then all of a sudden, there's multiple different companies, and I mean a lot of different companies, maybe 10 of these little tiny ma and pas that are owned by someone out of state, and you don't even know it anymore. So I really want you to kind of start looking at who you're dealing with. And I don't care if it's garage door people. I don't care. I really don't care what it is. If it's some form of home service, that seems to be where this trend is going. Now, it's not all negative, and I mean that. And why it's not all negative is a lot of people, when I was in the automotive business, for example, there was a lot of technicians that would decide, oh, my God, Mark's making so much money at this store, I can go out, instead of getting paid hourly or, per work job, I can go out and open my own business or work out of my garage and make a lot more. Well, no, it just never works out. They're good at fixing cars. They're horrible at managing a business. And there's people that are in between. They're good at fixing stuff. They're good at running a business, but they don't know how to make real money. They know how to barely break even and pay their own salary. They're not building the wealth of the business, but they might be taking a good salary. And there's a big difference. You want to do both. You want to build the net worth of that business as its own entity. And, of course, you want to pay yourself for what you do every day, whether you're the sales guy or the technician or whatever. So when these companies come in and buy out a small operator, and they do teach them how to make money. They really do. They teach them like you can't charge $50 for this because you barely break even on it. You have to charge more. Or you can't spend money over here because it's crazy. Or you have the wrong kind of insurance. Or different reasons like that. It's almost like they're creating their own franchise model with all these different things. And there's good to it and there's bad to it. What I'd like to do is hear from somebody that is sold to one of these companies, but I'm afraid there's probably a lot of contractual agreements in place to where they're not even supposed to talk about it. But I was dealing with one today, and I was amazed. They bought a small company here that I've dealt with in the past, good company, and I was amazed when I went to their website how many of the small companies they own. I mean, it's crazy. And they keep the name. You would never know the original owner and family are gone. It's just bonkers, man. I got to take a break, though. Hold tight.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Norton 360.
A couple minor busy spots throughout the Denver Metro for the early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. Northeast of downtown through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Some usual stop and go between Northfield and Vasquez. Further east, leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound. It's busy driving between Tower Road and 56th. I-70 east and westbound, no complaints from DIA to the foothills and back again. That trend continues out west into the high country. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, cooler than what we're used to. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 74 this afternoon. Overnight low of 44. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 84. The current temperature in Denver 65 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHEL.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Boost your password security with Norton 360. Weak passwords can be targets. That's why Password Manager is included in Norton 360 to help keep you safe. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off at norton.com/secure.
You know, I want to talk about something that's interesting as an investment, and it's proven. In fact, Google this guy, Barry Miller. He does real estate investments for you, and it's pretty astonishing, some of the results. We're talking well over double. You invest $100,000 with them, within a year or two, you could have $200,000. And I'm not saying it works out that way every time, but it's really an incredible way of investing in real estate when you know little, or even if you just think you know something about real estate. But finally, a wealth building program in real estate that's turnkey. It's really cool. I want you to check it out. You can optimize that wealth. The downside is minimal risk. I want you to check this guy out. They do different ways of advertising, but I think the best way to do it is just call them, talk to the guys over there. 303-888-3788. I'm not sure if there's a super minimum amount, but I don't think so. But whatever you can invest, I want you to give them a call, talk about this real estate investment. 303-888-3788.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HAPPY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HAPPY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HAPPY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Think Plumbline Services. With quality brands like Carrier and always plumb crazy value. I use Plumbline in my home on a mission of excellence with character and ethics. Clear drains, fix leaks, wiring, and quality Carrier systems. Plumbline Services. From Castle Rock to Fort Collins. Service at home. Servants at heart. 25 years strong. PlumlineServices.com. Plumbline and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. As the leader in identity theft protection, LifeLock reminds you to update your passwords. Using the same password across multiple accounts makes you vulnerable to cyber criminals. Updating your passwords is only one way to help protect yourself. For comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes issues that arise. Start protecting your identity today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Federal Reserve has dropped interest rates, so you need to call American Financing. With mortgage rates in the 4s, this is the perfect time to consolidate debt and reduce your monthly expenses. A lot of people have been forced to use credit cards because of ridiculously high prices of groceries, utilities, and even childcare. That debt is horribly expensive with insanely high credit card rates. But with mortgage rates dropping, now's the time to wipe out that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners just like you save on average $800 a month, and they're closing in as fast as 10 days. There are no upfront fees to find out how much money you can save. So call American Financing today, 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or go online, AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 4s start at APR 5.672% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000. AmericanFinancing.net for details about credit costs and terms.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Thursday at 4. I'll report on my first visit ever to Casa Bonita. Also, Gabe Evans on his great new poll in CD8. And the afterglow from J.D. Vance's great night. Join us at 4. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Don't forget 303 Martino works on and off the air, and you can always email us at help@troubleshooter.com. You know, Frank Duran, the real estate man, any thoughts before you guys go when it comes to real estate? Honestly, and Stephanie Thomas, I'm going to give your phone numbers out, and I can vouch for both of you. Just the best realtors around. That's it. You guys sell for more money than other realtors. You sell more. I mean, it's just an incredible thing. And you can always look. Where can people go look at stats? I mean, most people don't have access to MLS, right?
That is a great question, Mark. I think MLS is probably your best source
Yeah,
because
but
it pulls directly from the MLS.
But can Joe Blow log into MLS and look at stats?
Not quite, no.
So it is weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they can.
Yeah, no, they'd have to have an MLS number.
All right, let's get off of that. Let me ask you this. There's Zillow, Realtor.com, MLS, and I'm sure a handful of others I'm not thinking about. How do those work? When you come over and list my house, if I'm selling it, and you put me on MLS, that's a given, right? Almost everybody uses that. Do I automatically appear up on Zillow?
Yes, right.
You do.
Now there is an option for Zillow Platform, which it costs extra. I'm part of that.
What is that?
What that allows is it puts you in front of more eyes. So you pay extra for it, which we do, and it just gives you a little extra feature and better visibility, actually. It's a nicer platform.
But it's still Zillow.
It is.
It's like it's pay to use Zillow.
Right, exactly.
And then how about Realtor.com?
Same thing, goes on Realtor.com.
So you pay a little extra, you get better placement.
That just goes automatic.
Yeah, Realtor doesn't have the showcase.
They don't have the showcase, correct.
So I also do Zillow Showcase for my listings.
Now, why would Showcase? What? I guess I'm not understanding it. What is different? Because when I'm looking in Louisiana for properties, I go to Zillow and I put in the area I want and I put in all the stuff and it shows me the homes. Yeah. Are you saying that
like the sponsored ads you see on Google when you search something, they're just the first thing that you see?
Is that what Zillow does? Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, it puts you out in front of more people, and the
Yeah,
presentations.
but like if you paid for that on my house,
algorithms.
Yeah.
just
Higher
okay.
algorithms.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just better
and Zillow
placement.
Showcase is a newer.
It's more
program.
eyeballs.
And a prettier presentation, by the way.
All right, listen, Frank Duran, the real estate man, Stephanie Thomas, both of them. Here's Stephanie's number, 720-260-0918. 720-260-0918. They'll both do free evaluations on your house. No pressure. They'll let you know what it's worth. Frank Duran, 303-920-1622.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Haunted by past carpet cleanings with ghostly residue of soap and chemicals left behind? Who you gonna call? I say the Residue Busters at ZeroResDenver.com. The only carpet cleaners I'll have in my home because soaps and harsh chemicals, well, scare me. So don't be tricked. Get the real treat, Zero Res. Using only the best cleaner in nature. Softened, purified water. Safe for kids, safe for pets, safe for you. And nothing spooky left behind. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, recommending the one and only ZeroResDenver.com. 3 rooms starting at just $119 and $75 off duct cleaning. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com. And don't be scared.